What is best for business?
What? Yes! Yes!
What?
Radio slithering. Watch out! Watch out!
More.
What? Viva la raza!
What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Welcome to episode 17 of Under the Ring, the podcast that will tell you what you want to know, need to know, and hope to know about the WWE. We'll give you news, theories, and predictions to Raws and pay-per-views, past and present. We are live right now on Mixler.com/UnderTheRing, so if you're listening, go tell your friends where we're at so they can listen too. You can follow us on the Twitter at UnderTheRing1, Facebook at Under the Ring Radio, and if you can't listen to us live, check us out on YouTube at Under the Ring Radio. I'm your host, Gasper, alongside Matt.
What's going on?
Vinny.
Hey there.
And subbing in for Dan today, we got Brandon.
What is going on, people?
So Raw was a thing last night.
It was a thing.
It was.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
It
it.
was there.
I see. It seems like I'm the only one who actually enjoyed it.
It was okay. I mean, I wouldn't say it was great.
Had its moments.
We'll start off with the Rollins-Reigns promo.
Botchery
Lay it
on
on
the complete promo yet again from Reigns. He can't do one. I don't get it. He's going to be our heavyweight champion. We all know it, and yet he cannot cut a promo.
I was really wondering if he actually took acting classes, because he can't, like you said, he can't cut one, and it's been weeks now since he took these acting classes.
In his defense, his wrestling has gotten
Months,
better,
yes.
but if you're going to be a champion, you have to either have a manager to cut your promos for you or be able to cut a promo. One of the two has to be with you.
I think it's all about time. You know, I'm not fully on this Roman Reigns bandwagon yet, but he's kind of growing on me.
But if you're going to push him in less than 3 weeks to be champion, don't you think at this point he should be able to cut a simple promo, not stutter or mumble like an idiot?
It happens.
It doesn't happen. Do we hear guys like, Seth Rollins really botch up? Do we hear guys, as much as we hate Cena, botch up?
Well, Cena
did botch up.
He did tonight, but
I think he said crop instead of crap.
in a normal,
Crap.
I'm saying in a normal environment, do we see Cena really fuck up? These guys don't do it. Dolph Ziggler really doesn't botch up his promos when he actually gets the chance to speak. You're going to promote this guy to be a champion. You got to make sure he can talk, or give him someone who will talk for him.
And I still think that Paul Heyman is going to turn.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Brock Lesnar.
surprised.
I would love it.
I think that's what's going to happen.
If we're not going to have Lesnar, at least give him someone who can speak for him. Because, again, I've liked Reigns wrestling the last few weeks.
It'll just make Reigns look so much more of a badass.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Wiz Khalifa being on Raw next week?
The only rapper that can actually rap in this generation. I mean, I'm kind of happy.
I don't know who he is, so I'm
I don't know who he is.
I'm going out
Am I
there and saying,
am I
okay.
allowed to?
He's touring with Fall Out Boy this summer. Put it that way.
I know who Fall Boy is. I'll go with that one.
Am I allowed to smoke during the Raw?
Are we talking
No.
about pot or are we talking about cigarettes?
Well, yeah, pot, because he's a huge
Pot's
pothead.
illegal, so no.
Well, all he does is rap about
That's
pot,
his crap.
so that's his niche.
Well, then apparently maybe you could. I don't know.
Maybe.
Oh, you can smoke pot at any other concert, so what's the problem
Yeah,
here?
don't
Drugs
know
are bad, okay?
Well, legalized.
Legal is pot, yes.
We later find out that Jon Stewart's going to be on Monday.
Oh, I love it. Love
It's
it.
actually hilarious.
I enjoyed it very much.
That was
It
actually
probably the greatest thing
really
that the WWE has written in a really long time.
Yeah.
I actually watched this, like the Daily Show.
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
time, and when I saw that happen, I'm like, this is awesome. This is the greatest thing ever.
We'll move on to Bad News Barrett versus Dean Ambrose. Okay. This is the greatest thing the WWE... This is the most interesting storyline that the WWE has to offer right now going into into WrestleMania. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, there's no argument to that.
Because titles are going left and right. R-Truth is stealing the titles. Luke Harper shows up and takes the title. And then Dolph Ziggler gets the title. And
Daniel Bryan's jesting everywhere.
it just... It's beautiful chaos. Beautiful chaos.
And we forgot to mention, now we officially know there will be a ladder intercontinental title match at WrestleMania announced
Yes.
with unknown participants.
This is probably going to be the best match of the night.
Oh, hands down.
I think.
I love how they only said that it's... Who is it? They said it was Barrett and R-Truth, the only
The
ones that
only
are announced.
two who were announced.
But yet, they keep having the same people come out and steal titles. They keep
Yeah.
having
Well,
Daniel
we
Bryan
know
come
who's
out.
gonna
They
be
keep
in
coming
it,
out-
but-
well,
It's
we
gonna
know,
be it's
but-
gonna be a slow thing until
Yeah.
WrestleMania. It's gonna be like I guess like 2 guys a week, or they're gonna announce more people on SmackDown.
No, of course, yeah.
But the only thing that concerns me with this match, I mean, we got to look at the injury history of these people. I mean, you got Bad News Barrett, who's coming off of a shoulder injury. Well, now we're throwing into a ladder match, a month, maybe a month and a half after he came back? Give or take?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe 2, max. You got Daniel Bryan, who just had Tommy John surgery and neck surgery about 2 months ago, coming back. You have Dolph Ziggler, who's had, how many concussions were you up to?
Concussion mania.
You're putting these guys into a ladder match where, hey, let's jump off the top of a 20-foot ladder and see what happens.
So come on, Dolph Ziggler's been healthy for going on maybe 2 years now.
Yes, but I'm still worried about him.
And Ziggler competed in that ridiculously amazing ladder match with Harper, and he still performed on Monday Night Raw. So I mean, I don't really see that being a difference. And he got beat up.
Also,
in that
Dan,
match.
Dan's in this chat room on Mixler with me. He's
Hi,
saying that
Dan.
Hi,
Sheamus-
Dan.
He said, "Will Sheamus be added to the match coming back from injury?" And I believe so.
I think so.
I would love to
He'll
see
definitely-
that.
I think there's going to be 7 people. It's going to be Ziggler, Ambrose,
Harper.
Harper, Daniel Bryan, Sheamus, R-Truth, and who the fuck am I missing? Oh, Wade Barrett.
Wade
Oh,
Barrett.
you're always the
The
champion.
champion.
The guy who has the belt, technically.
So there's going to be 7 people. It's going to be like a Money in the Bank type thing.
Which will be a great match. I'm not gonna. I'm just a little worried about the injury-prone guys. I mean, Sheamus again. You just throw him in there.
He's
We don't know.
more injury prone than anyone else. I
Yeah,
feel.
and what did they even really announce what he had surgery for? Or what was
It was something on his knee,
Oh, yeah, okay. So you just had knee surgery. So here, jump off a 20-foot
but that
ladder.
was almost
Bro
a half,
kick it.
that's almost a half a year ago.
But he hasn't even returned yet. We don't know what kind of condition he's in. Ring rust. What are you gonna bro kick someone off the top of a 20-foot ladder?
If they're ready, they've been playing vignettes for him for the past month.
That's true.
I'm sure he's ready to go. It's just like everyone's like, oh, Daniel Bryan's wrestling with his neck being this and that. It's like they wouldn't let him wrestle if he wasn't ready.
But you still have to be a little concerned with the bumps. I mean, a ladder match isn't exactly a regular match. I mean, crap can go wrong
Definitely.
so quickly in a
But I
ladder
notice
match,
I notice in every ladder match, there's always one superstar that steals the whole match. Who do you think that
I
star
think
will
that'd be
be?
Ziggler.
No.
I'm going Ambrose.
I think it's either going to be Dean Ambrose or Daniel Bryan.
I forgot about Bryan. That might be the.
I honestly, this is how I think this is going to shake out. Daniel Bryan's going to win the Intercontinental Championship. John Cena's going to win the United States Championship, and they're going to feud going into SummerSlam, and they're going to combine the belts.
You really?
what, though?
Intercontinental. It's just going to be
You're going to get rid of the
champion
US
versus champion, and they're going to retire the U.S. because it's crap.
That's a long stretch.
Yeah, but now then the only belts you really have left though are the Divas, the World Heavyweight,
Tag
Tag
team.
team.
the Tag Team, and the Intercontinental.
Well,
It's
I
taking
mean,
away one
they're
card.
not moving around the U.S. Championship. I mean, obviously Cena's gonna win, but
Dean Ambrose was the U.S. champion and held that belt without defending it for almost a year.
yeah,
You're
no,
right.
Rusev
You're
not,
all right.
Rusev before WrestleMania
It's a
wasn't
joke.
losing it. Yeah, it's bad. I mean, I don't see them combining it. I think that even that match is a long stretch. So Cena versus Bryan. I think that's a long stretch.
Once Cena beats Rusev at WrestleMania, because we all know it's going to happen. I think the U.S. title is going to have itself kind of a little bit more prestige.
I'd hope so.
Dan
You
just said in the chat that
Well,
my
that-
prediction is a little better than Rusev versus Rock at WrestleMania, and he said, we remember. They have too many people. I think that's what it is. I think that, it's too many people to deal with. They have so much talent on this roster that they're just at a loss for it.
Yeah, they don't know what to do
with
with
them.
it. They backed them up in the corner, and they're just throwing them everywhere now. I mean, Daniel Bryan's out of the World Heavyweight Championship picture now, so where are you going to put him? You're going to put him in the Intercontinental. Ziggler is out of the World Heavyweight Championship. Where are you going to put him? I mean, Ambrose, he's done with Rollins. He's done with the Shield thing for a little while. He's done with Wyatt. Where are you going to put him? I mean, they're literally just throwing these people who are out of the mix.
Here's a little fun fact for you. Assuming Daniel Bryan is put into the Intercontinental Championship match, it means he'll have competed in 5 consecutive championship matches at WrestleMania.
That's nice.
WrestleMania 27 versus Sheamus for the U.S. Championship.
Okay.
WrestleMania 28 versus Sheamus for the World Heavyweight Championship. WrestleMania 29 with Kane versus Dolph Ziggler and Big E Langston for the Tag Team Championship. WrestleMania 30 for the WWE Championship, and now would be for the Intercontinental Championship.
I forgot about the second.
I don't think that's happened.
But that is a huge accomplishment. But my thing is for this, especially with Ziggler, I mean, the last few months, we've seen Ziggler get pushed, and pushed. He doesn't quit. He doesn't die. He's the guy who survived in Survivor Series. He's the guy who got the authority to put it out of power with the assist from Sting. And now all of a sudden it's like, Sting?
Oh.
And then all of a sudden you...
The singer.
that guy.
The
The
singer.
singer. The vigilante.
The vigilante, whatever you want to call him.
Picture, it's a picture, not a picture.
Sending out an SOS.
Easy. You know, all of a sudden he's going down to the IC belt where he should have been pushed at this point for the World Heavyweight instead of Roman Reigns.
And now that you just mentioned those 5 titles, look at how Daniel Bryan got pushed down. He had 2 World Heavyweight WWE Championship matches, back-to-back years.
No,
Didn't
not
he have
back to back. There was
just the one.
he had the
He said Sheamus twice,
the
wasn't it?
18-second match
That was
for the World Heavyweight Championship, and then he had the tag team, and then
It was still, I mean, it was
WWE
18 seconds, but it was still a match. So you have the big title, tag team.
No, U.S. Championship, big title,
Oh, I'm sorry.
then tag
I
team,
heard back
and
to
then
back.
big title.
All right, so then he's flip flopping back and forth these title shots. I mean, big, little, big, little, big. I mean, I don't know.
I think they're just going to make. They want to make the Intercontinental seem
More important, I hope
more
so,
important,
because it is a prestigious title.
I just don't like the fact that Ziggler got such a big push to get pushed back down at this point. I would like to see Ziggler versus Brock Lesnar. No? Am I the only one here?
I would.
A lot of
see
people
that.
would, but it's just, I don't know.
You keep it would have been better. You keep him face. You have him beat. You still play into that David versus Goliath thing because Ziggler's not exactly Mr. Gigantic, you know.
That's true. That's something I would like to see, but who knows with Brock Lesnar now? 1 week he's not going back to the UFC. The next week he's actually at the pay-per-view against Vince's discretion.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So we don't fucking know what's going on with the
I
World
think
Heavyweight
he's going. I think after that, I think that was a clear sign that he's like interested in going. Because even Dana White was like, "Oh, Brock Lesnar's here. Hint, hint, he's here for a reason."
Screw you, Vince.
Screw you, Vince.
I got
See my
him.
finger. Sit and spin.
I don't. Well, yeah. Dan just said himself. WrestleMania.
I don't care what Dan said. I'm just kidding.
Dan should be here if he wants to talk.
WrestleMania. All the best wrestlers get pushed down on the card for all the wrestling favorites and the old fucks.
He's right.
He's right. Yeah. Even from the next town over, he makes a point.
But if you want to be talking, Dan, you should be here.
Well, you know, it's
Dan, I'm
bad-
so mad at you for last week.
It's
Don't
bad-
think I forgot that.
It's bad weather outside. You know,
Stop whining.
You don't want anyone driving in this. It's snaining outside.
Snating.
Stain?
Snowing and raining. It's snaining. The Miz. That commercial.
Was awesome. Niagara.
Niagara. Oh, God.
I enjoyed it.
I loved it. loved it.
I just like what happened after. Where he slapped him, and then Damien Mizdow got all pissed, and then apologized.
But still, can we get this over with
Yeah,
and just
seriously, no.
It's gonna happen at WrestleMania.
why did we have to wait till WrestleMania? Make the match beforehand. Have them start the feud now.
No,
Well,
I
is he
wouldn't do
gonna
that.
turn?
I
on
actually,
at WrestleMania?
you know, the night I think of it, I don't think they're gonna have a match at WrestleMania. I think Damien Mizdow is going to win the Andre Memorial Battle Royal
By eliminating Miz?
by eliminating Miz, but he's gonna go on to win it. I think he is going to be the winner of that match.
That'd be fucking nuts. That stadium would go nuts. You know Daniel Bryan's pop was big last year?
Yeah,
Forget about
Listen,
it. They
I-
would go nuts if he won.
I think he's going to.
It's a joke that Cena mentioned the people who were actually in it.
Oh,
It's a joke. It's so
Well,
bad. I mean, I know you're gonna have
the
your few
people that
jobbers,
announced that
but
they're in.
I mean, it's no few jobbers. But I mean, I want to see who like the big guys are gonna be. I mean, is Shogun gonna be back
Well,
into
we
it?
have Ryback in it. We know he's
Yeah, Ryback's in it.
Curtis Axel's in it.
WrestleMania, baby.
Axelmania. Love
Axelmania.
it.
Who else is in it officially?
Zack Ryder's in it.
Adam Rose.
Adam Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not helping the case here. I'm trying to go big names. Big names.
Adam Rose.
John Cena for 0.5 seconds.
Yeah, we'll get on to that. Next is the Bray Wyatt promo.
That was
Good promo.
That was really good.
It's a great promo, but still no sign from the Undertaker.
I called this week was going to be this now. I'm
I
out of the
honestly
race.
thought I saw the casket out there, and after he lit it on fire, I thought I was gonna get struck by lightning or something.
I
just
thought
a sign from the Undertaker. Give me something.
I thought it was going to be the same thing.
I'm begging you, something.
I thought it was going to be that too. I thought once he put the gasoline on, I thought it was going to be. That's what I thought. I was really
yeah,
hoping
I
for
didn't
that.
expect him to like set it on fire. I thought the lightning was gonna hit it and the whole thing was just
Yeah.
gonna explode.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
Sick promo though.
Oh, great.
Again, the only complaint I have is we don't know anything about the Undertaker at this point. There's been no sign, symbol. I mean, at this point, I'll just take the lights going off and a few gongs.
Right.
See,
You know.
this is what's bugging me now because like you have the whole Triple H Sting promo with no Sting. You have Triple H carrying the entire feud right now. It's the same with Wyatt and the Undertaker.
Well,
And
But also, it is the Undertaker.
who's like
You don't need.
old?
It doesn't matter if he's like, he could come out and cut a promo.
I know he can, but Sting. I mean, Sting's a totally different person. I feel like
he's
Taker. The thing is, Sting and Taker both can do these little symbols, you know, with little signs with like the Titantron and stuff. But Taker's signs are a little more powerful, like the ring shaking, the gongs, the lightning. Sting just comes out and puts his face on the screen or whatever.
Well,
it
there
is,
was
and
one I was
don't know.
watching Clash of Champions on the WWE Network.
which you can get for $9.99.
Thank you, Vinny. And there was an episode of Clash of the Champions where he's up in the rafters, feuding with the NWOs. And what happened was the lights go out, and when the lights came on, his crow was actually on the ropes, and the NWO was like
That's cool.
terrified to go near it. They're like,
That's cool.
you know, do we hit it? Do we go after
Do we hit it?
I
That's
wish-
animal abuse.
And then also you used to see like the multiple stings. Like you look in the crowd, there's one sting.
Well, yeah, well,
There's another
they
sting.
did that at
But I wish he would
Fastlane.
do
Fast-
something
was
kind
it
of
Fast- No, it was a
Raw
Raw.
before
It was a Raw
Fastlane.
before Fastlane.
Whoops.
They did that with
Botch.
Heath Slater in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's. That's
Slater's
great.
gonna slate.
I think I kind of agree with both you guys. They both have iconic power. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but the Undertaker definitely has the one-upsmanship.
But I'm also talking for Dan here now.
Oh boy.
Taker's promos blow. He's
When he
terrible on the
speaks,
mic.
when he speaks, yes.
Oh yeah, no, it's bad.
I agree.
His
Dan.
presence is more.
All he needs to do is just pop up and just stare him down
Not
for
even-
a second.
Give me a lightning bolt or
Yes,
something.
okay.
You know? Set something on fire.
A gong. All I want is to hear the gong and it actually be him responding.
See, I think they have to.
I think even the Titantron would like. I go back to this.
I wouldn't even touch the Titantron because Sting's doing the whole Titantron
Yeah.
thing.
With the I accept and
Yeah,
you know,
like
No, but
that's
what
the
I'm
only
saying
way
is-
Sting has been talking.
Going. Oh no, of course. But going back to like WrestleMania 20 with Kane and
Dad's saying the
Undertaker.
Undertaker's not showing up to WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I disagree.
would.
No, I actually agree with them at this point. We're 3 weeks away. I don't see him showing up.
I
see
see the Raw
some-
before.
I know. I say
I can
symbol.
see that. That's the only way. If it's not the Raw before, then I don't see it until WrestleMania.
I can see symbols, meaning like the lightning bolt, something happening. But I kind of agree with Dan. I don't think he's actually going to physically show up to the building until WrestleMania.
No, but like I said, it's back to the whole Undertaker Kane thing at WrestleMania 20. I liked what they did with, they did the signs with the whole Thunder and Ring and all that, yada, yada, yada. But then they also did, like, in 20 days he returns or something like that. Like, something cool like that. But, I mean, but like you said, Sting...
I don't want a countdown. I just want.
No, I'm not saying
The
20.
Undertaker.
But I'm
A
saying, like,
surprise.
an
I
example.
want a surprise.
That was an
I
example,
want-
yeah.
yeah.
But, I mean, I'd rather see something before WrestleMania, even if it's 1 week, just saying, symbolizing that he will be there. Not just Bray Wyatt going on a 5-minute tantrum at WrestleMania saying, "Where are you? Come on!" and all of a sudden he comes out. Like, I don't know.
That's what I agree with you 100%. And you got to have something, even if he doesn't show up, just something to solidify the fact that it's like he accepted or he's coming out. Not Bray Wyatt begging him, like you said.
Yeah.
I'm just reiterating exactly what you said because I agree with you 100% on this. It's getting gay at this point. 3 weeks out, we don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
Like, we all know it's something
Well,
going to happen.
it's gonna happen.
but, yeah,
we know
it's gonna happen,
we're
yeah.
not idiots, but it just give it, like, for story-wise.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on to the Usos and Naomi versus Cesaro, Tyson Kidd, and Natalya. Listen,
It's
a thing.
they put on a fantastic match last week. The Usos, Cesaro.
They did.
Fantastic match. And it just seems like you throw the two women in it and it just completely crumbles. Listen, I'm all behind hashtag give Divas a chance. I'm behind it. But you just got to make mixed gender tag team matches more interesting for me.
Well, I mean, it is kind of boring because once one of the girls get tagged in, the guys have to
Well,
leave.
it was like that before the Attitude Era.
No, I'm just saying it's one of the drawbacks to it. I mean, Naomi to me is not a great wrestler.
I think she's
I
fantastic.
think she's
I don't think she's that great. I think Natty's better
I
of a
think
wrestler.
she's one of the best wrestlers.
Naomi?
I think the Divas only have about 5 good wrestlers, and that's Natalya, Naomi, Brie Bella, now Nikki Bella. She's turned it up. Paige, and AJ Lee. 6. Sorry, 6 of them.
That's like the entire Divas.
Spoiler
roster, though.
alert! Because AJ came back. You know?
That's
Well-
like the entire roster, though, right there. I mean, who are you really counting out?
Yeah, exactly.
Summer Rae,
Cameron, Summer Rae,
Cameron's
Emma,
never on TV anymore.
Emma, Oksana.
rarely on TV.
Where is she on
Rarely-
You know, she's still on the roster. You know, Tamina Snuka.
Rarely on TV.
Haven't seen her in God
She's
knows
still
how
on the
long.
roster.
She was a
though.
real good
She's
wrestler.
still on the
She
roster.
was,
She-
but I don't think she had the sex appeal to get onto TV time.
That's
let's be
that's the
honest.
thing too. Like a lot of, I mean, I will admit to it. I will say it straight up right now. Natalya is gotten so much hotter. I don't know what it is. If she loses weight, I'll say it right now.
That's because you're trying to steal her from Tyson Kidd.
Well,
He treats her so bad.
yeah, right.
One of the biggest problems is though they're
honesty
just
relationship.
they're just selling the total divas
Exactly.
thing on TV.
Exactly. And I'm going to give a shout out to my dentist.
Where did this come from?
Because here's the thing. I was talking with her today, and she said to me, she happens to be a wrestling fan, she don't like that Total Divas pretty much gets carried over into WWE programming. When you hear the announcers, all they talk, well, last week on this Sunday on Total Divas is the season finale. What about the match?
Yeah,
No, I agree with that. Yeah.
Like, come on.
We all agree with that. We're all tired of hearing it. We're all tired of Tyson Kidd being the bad husband and the whole gimmick of how the match ended. You know, he tagged her Natalya in with the bad ankle, quote unquote, and he's a terrible husband. He does this all the time on Total Divas. Do we really need to hear this? It's a separate show. Leave it as it is.
and it just built nothing to the feud.
No, not at all. But we know we're going to probably see the Usos versus.
Yes,
Tyson Kidd
without a doubt.
and-
Without a doubt.
Now, is that going to be a main card or
I
a
think it's
pre-show?
going to be a pre-show, especially because now they announced that the Intercontinental titles in a ladder match. So they're not going to have a ladder match on a pre-show.
No, absolutely not. They
no.
would
Yeah, that's what
ruin
I'm saying.
WrestleMania. That'd be.
If we-
Unless they move the women's title match, if we have one, to the
No.
pre-show.
I can't see them doing that either.
Yeah.
though.
What if they had the Divas title the first match on the card?
It's
Just to
possible.
get out of the way.
I'd be okay with that.
No, I see them opening up the ladder match. They've done that now recently. They've not even just the ladder in general. They've done that like where you sit down in your seat, you sit down in front of your TV. All right, what's the first match? Oh shit, it's the ladder match. Like let's get
See,
this
I
pay-per-view
wouldn't
going.
want that. I would want to have, because you know this match is gonna steal the show, hands down, gonna steal the show. Put it in the middle somewhere. Because listen, I mean, I understand you have Sting, Taker, all those old fucks, and then the main event, which might be the title, but
I'm gonna disagree with you on this. I'm gonna agree with Vinny because I kind of see where he's going with this. The last few pay-per-views have sucked, and they know this.
yeah, but it's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You know it's not gonna suck.
Yeah, but like Vinny said, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But like he said just previously, let's get him by the balls right now. Let's give him probably the best match of the night to get you
Yeah,
hooked. And
we'll get
go.
you pumped up for the first match, and then we'll give you the Divas title match, and you just feel like, oh shit.
Well, the Divas match is always like second to last. You know that by now. That's how it's been on Raw. That's how it's been on pay-per-views. That's just always second to last, if not third to last match. That's how it always is. They're not going to start for the if they start for the Divas
I'm
match.
saying they're
I'd
not
be
gonna
shocked.
they're not gonna give you one of the probably.
Money in the Bank. How many WrestleManias have they started off with Money in the Bank?
Listen, that's not what I watched. I didn't watch when Money in the Bank was at WrestleMania. I watched it when it was its own pay-per-view.
Those were the better Money in the Bank matches,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I guarantee it was, but that was my period of not watching.
You missed out, my friend.
yeah.
Those were the better matches.
I was about to say, I was like, what do you mean you weren't watching? But I forgot you took that break.
Yeah, I took a break.
Those were significantly better Money in the Bank matches than the actual
course.
pay-per-view ones.
Of course.
Did they start those off Mania?
Yeah. Those were pretty
That's
much
what
the
I'm saying.
guaranteed
Really
Mania.
But I mean, if
run
you think about it, it's for the Money in the Bank briefcase, which you could cash in that night. So they want to keep you. That's what keeps you at the edge of your seat.
You're
It's
right.
like, oh my god, this guy just won this. He could come out later tonight and cash in.
No, I can see your point. I agree with you 100% on that. I just would not be surprised if the Intercontinental was the first match. I mean, if it's not, then hey, I don't really care as long as the pay-per-view is good overall. But I put money down on
Dan just told me to go on the network to watch the old Money in the Bank
Hell yeah,
for $9.99.
he knows.
Wow, we're really plugging the network.
Shameless plug from Dan across town. But I don't know. It's gonna, who knows? John Cena.
Wine, bitch,
No,
moan.
I'm gonna enter myself into the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
No,
Well, I guess I can't now.
no, you can't do that.
Okay, how gay was the fact that they actually put the picture of Stephanie with Andre the Giant on? Come on! Didn't we-
Listen, it wasn't that bad compared to the actual picture of Andre the Giant they showed.
Yeah.
Like, show an actual picture. Don't show, like, a cutout of him in, like, a freaking warehouse. Like, come on.
He was my friend. Like, thanks, Steph.
Really? Because Vince McMahon let you go anywhere near him.
But you're still a bitch.
No WrestleMania for John Cena.
After 10 years, according to the announcers.
But I love
Actually,
her.
11.
I
Is
love
it?
how
Yeah.
she shit on him
Really?
now.
My friend.
Well, she's
announced
been doing
last
that
night.
the last few weeks on Raw. She's been really like shitting on Cena.
Which is good, because, even the crowd, I remember the crowd was doing the yes chant. She's like, I actually like this for once, because I'm shitting on you and they agree
Well, they
with
know
me.
it's the New York, New
Yeah, of
Jersey
course.
area. It's one of
Yeah.
the wrestling towns, cities, should I say?
Prudential Center?
God, you're from Long Island.
Well, they don't do real things at the Coliseum anymore, let's be
You
honest.
gotta go to Barclays and MSG, baby.
Coliseum, they just sit and watch.
Yeah.
Axelmania is still a thing.
Woo! I'm about to order that shirt.
Now,
How many days are we at? How many days, man?
30-something days. But see, what pisses me off is John Cena gives Curtis Axel a chance to leave the ring, or he's gonna hurt him until he can't move. Gives him an AA. He taps. Then he gives him the STFU. He taps out, and Curtis Axel
I was
rolls out of the
expecting
ring
him-
and walks out. Like,
I was expecting him to like destroy him, like the one night
Like,
he
do it.
destroyed Darren Rose. Like he threw him all over the ring.
Yeah,
into the
like-
barricade. I was expecting
Who's
something-
Darren Rose?
Darren Young, right?
Yeah, Darren
Yeah.
Young.
Darren Rose. I was like,
I mean,
Darren
I think you
Rose?
just got a little excited.
I
think
know
you got
it.
there.
I am.
Alright.
The
I
night
thought
he
so, but I
destroyed-
thought he
Got
was like
looks
Adam Rose, but I confused. Darren Rose or Adam Young? What? Darren,
No,
whatever
but
the fuck his name is.
But the night
No,
he
you're
destroyed,
screwed.
but the night
Dodge.
he destroyed Darren Young, he threw him all over the ring into the barricade. I thought he was going to do that to Curtis Axel. And
He should have
Yeah, I really wish.
to at least show like Rusev like, hey, look, I'm for real. I'm like,
I
I'm
want
gonna
him
take
to.
you out.
I think they're showing a little bit more of an aggressive side to Cena. Like they're showing him like this.
No, because he just won his match and it was over. I mean, like what you said would have been better for it to be like, oh, look how aggressive Cena is. He's kicking the shit out of Curtis
And then
Axel.
look what he did to Rusev, like before Fastlane, knocking him in the head when he's unconscious after ramming him into the.
Dan just brought up, he goes, Maven was never eliminated from the Royal Rumble. He's still in it. Look it up. 13 years and counting.
This is true.
This is very true. This is very true. Forgot about Maven.
Maven.
That's great.
Good call, Dan.
But I love what they're doing with Curtis Axel right now. Like
Yeah.
he actually has his own gimmick.
He's jobbing, but it's fun jobbing. Like,
What's he
coming
saying?
out and
Often
bitching when he makes
imitated but never eliminated.
it's been 35 days. All right.
It'd be great if he's in the Andre Memorial Battle Royal and he wins and he's like, he has that now and he's like, I've never been eliminated in my life. Or he's like coming down to the ring and like Eric Rowan beats the crap out of him again.
What I think would be great is if he's the first one eliminated, just to make the joke. Like he comes out and he's the first guy over the top. It's like, there you go.
Oh, man.
Dan said he sounded like the Ascension with those shitty rhymes.
Thank God I haven't seen them on TV for a week.
So I think they're done with them. I think they
I
just
hope
didn't
so.
do what they wanted them to do.
I hope so, because they got no pop, no reaction, nothing. They're just there. So I'm glad they're done for a while.
I think they
Send
might
them
go
back
back
to
down to
NXT.
NXT
Send them
and
back.
they'll get a whole new gimmick. And
Send them back, please.
John Cena versus Curtis Axel. We went over this. What do you think about the Rusev thing at the end?
Again, this is another match that they're not declaring for WrestleMania that we all know is going on for WrestleMania. Rusev said no, but of course we all know what's going to happen.
Because he doesn't care what the filthy Americans think.
That was actually a pretty good spot for Rusev, though, because like they kept chanting yes and everything. He's like, I don't care what you say.
What are you saying? What are you saying? No.
Yeah.
No.
We'll
no,
move
no,
on
no.
to the Triple H promo.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I was
well,
actually
if we
talking
have
about
to.
it- I was talking about it with Vinny before. The fact that Triple H is trying to show how much power he has, brings Booker T in the ring, tells him like, "Oh, why didn't Sting come?" The fact that he said, "Oh, you're fired," and then said, "Oh, never mind, you're not fired." What was the whole point of that?
It was just a point to make that he's in control. He has the power to do whatever he wants in the WWE. He could drop you like that.
which I think they should have. I think they should have kept him fired for a week, and
Not
then
even that. If I was WWE, I would have had Triple H beat the shit out of Booker T.
or that, either or. But at least like don't fire him and just be like, just kidding, bro. Go
No.
back to the table. Like,
I would have combined the two. I actually would have had Triple H beat the shit out of Booker T,
And then fire.
and then say, "Oh, by the way, you're rehired." You know what I mean? After Booker T said,
no,
like,
I wouldn't say rehired.
Well, you're not fired. Whatever. Like, just take it back. Like, I was only messing with you. While Booker T's like laying there,
Or
like,
even,
in a pile
or
of
even
his own
have like Triple H fire Booker T, and then Booker T try to attack Triple H because he's pissed, and Triple H just beats the ever living crap out of him.
blood. Yeah.
And then have Booker T off for a week or two, and then
Yeah, something better than what they did.
Well, I mean, it's just like, oh my god, this feud's hurting my head. Like, it just doesn't make any
It
sense.
would be
what they're
better
doing.
if Sting got more involved.
Not even that. It's like have like an ex WCW guy on leading up until WrestleMania. That's not Sting or something like that. Like they did with Booker T. Have Triple H beat the crap out of every single like have Arn Anderson come on and have just Triple H lay him out one night. Michael Hayes come on and have him lay him out, and then like Sting's getting his ass kicked. The authorities out there like Kane and Big Show or whatever to beat the shit out of Kane, and then you have like Booker T come out and do something to Triple H at WrestleMania.
Well,
Because Sting's going over. There's no way
Yeah,
Triple H is losing
absolutely.
this.
Wait, really? You think so?
Absolutely. They're without a doubt in my mind.
You know
Sting
what
is
I have
going
a
over
feeling
Triple
of?
H.
I have a feeling they will probably make this match a no-holds-barred match.
Oh yeah,
I can see that happening.
I can see that.
I kind of disagree. I mean, Sting's first ever match in WWE. They're making such a big deal about it. You think they're gonna let him lose that first match?
Yeah.
Wait, no, hold on, time out. You're getting your shit. You just said Sting's going over.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, I think Sting's gonna win this.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Sting's going to win.
Oh, I
Sting's
think-
going
I think-
over.
Because you said
yeah.
losing, and you said yes. I got
Sting's
confused.
going
Yeah,
over
okay, that's what I
Triple
thought you said. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Then I
Yeah,
agree.
that was just confused. Okay.
Yeah.
So you think?
I
Okay.
hope at WrestleMania, I hope he enters the ring from the rafters.
That'd
I
be
hope
cool.
that-
I don't
That's
know if
not
they're gonna
gonna
let that happen after the last
Owen
time.
Hart?
I didn't want to say it, Vinny.
I
Come
agree.
on.
I agree with Dan.
Sorry.
No more WCW. It should be more about Sting saving the WWE from Triple H's abuse of power,
That would be really good.
which
Yes.
should have been the fucking storyline to begin with.
Well, that's what.
Well, we don't know what the storyline is. That could be it. We don't know what his motive is.
When he was in TNA, that was his story. When Dixie Carter was running things and she was being all abusive, he was the one really coming in and being like, "Hey, I don't like how this is being run. I don't like what you're doing here." He was really the one like taking charge and fighting against the power.
Dan just said
So he's
TNA.
Batman.
What is this shit?
So he's Batman.
Well, this fucking Sting. I don't know. Like,
Sting.
No, we don't really know what the motive is because they won't let it known. They don't let Sting talk, so we don't know what's really
I
going
don't even
on.
think they know what the motive is at this point.
It's Triple H going, oh, he just is jealous kind of deal, and that's it.
I mean, the fact that they didn't even let him talk at Fastlane is like, come on, you say something.
I actually agreed with that at Fastlane. But I think at this
Something.
point we should have at least heard from Sting.
But you know that they're not gonna. Sting's not gonna say anything till WrestleMania. So I mean, that was their one shot at
Not
Fest.
say anything at all.
That's what I'm saying. He's not gonna say
That's
anything.
how he
Like
was
The
in
Undertaker, Sting is terrible on the mic.
He always has been now.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah,
how
no,
he was
that's
in
what I'm saying.
WCW. He was the same way in WCW. He used to always just come out and just point the bat.
Or
Take
just
the
stare
bat
you down, yeah.
And just point it and just be like, his way of
The
saying...
T-ball bat. I'm
Wiffle
staying.
ball, wiffle ball.
Wiffle ball, T-ball. I'm sticking to my guns. That was a fucking wiffle ball bat.
That was a livable bet.
I
Pay
don't
the
give a
black.
shit.
That's it.
I made my friend pause the fast lane and be like, "Listen, you see the writing on that? No, look at that! Like it's a fucking T-ball bat, a wiffle ball bat.
It's gotta be a wiffle ball
It's
bat.
not-
I mean,
it's
he's
not a
hitting
real
people
joke.
with it. What do you think? They're hitting him
Back
with
in
the
the
real
day, it was
bat?
a real bat, but well, I mean, not hitting. You know, like half swinging. He's what's it?
I
Called?
wish we had video to show what Vinny's doing right now. 'Cause it's
Are
just
you trying to
hilarious.
say he's checking his swing?
Yeah, check swing.
Come on.
Check swing. I'm used to hockey.
We had a
so check
Divas
swing.
Championship match. How weird. A week after Give Divas a Chance, after the 22nd match we had last week, we had a Divas match. Divas Championship
Not
match.
bad. Not bad.
Yeah,
It was a fantastic
I
match.
thought
It
it
actually
match.
was.
You know, for Raw, they actually had a good
I
match.
just didn't like the way it ended.
I was going to stop. Dan wants to know, do we think WCW fucks will help Sting at Mania from authority interference?
Well,
Wait, what?
that's a good question, but I don't know who's left at this point.
You have Booker T. You have old fucks from the back.
Yeah,
You can even have fucking Hulk Hogan.
Flair?
Hulk Hogan come out. It's WrestleMania. Hulk
Flair?
Hogan's going to be there. Ric Flair. Arn Anderson.
These guys
Kevin
are like
Nash.
ancient. I mean, come on. You're gonna have like
Kevin
Team
Nash.
Authority.
They bring out Kevin Nash and turning off WrestleMania. I will
You're
not
gonna have
see
Team Authority,
Kevin Nash
who's
come on.
all. I mean, granted, yes, Big Show and Kane are old
What is it, a
guys.
lumberjack match? You're gonna have WCW side and WWE side?
NWO running.
Get the fuck out of here.
God, Hulk can barely move. Sorry,
You're
Dan.
gonna throw a toothpick in the ring and throw it to Triple H.
All right, back to the Divas match. They had about 10 minutes to wrestle.
It was a good match.
And they actually wrestled really
And it was a
well.
fantastic match.
Yep.
That ended in a DQ.
I hate disqualifications.
I
And
do too, but
interferences.
listen,
My second
They're
wife
not-
came back.
they're not going to have a title change on Raw.
Who's your first?
Paige.
Oh, wait.
And then AJ.
Well, yes, AJ did come back,
Yes.
Woo!
which I called at the beginning of the night. I was like,
Yeah.
they're in
Everyone
Jersey. It's WrestleMania season. AJ has to come back
Yep.
tonight.
Well, you hear the crowd chanting.
Yeah.
AJ,
Yeah.
AJ.
That was a
And
dig
once
at
Paige
Williams,
got
though.
double teamed.
I hate when that happens
Obvious.
now. It's like when you hear the fans chanting
They know.
the name. It's like it's like it's like they did at Fastlane with Randy Orton. All
Yeah,
you
that-
hear is
yeah,
Randy,
that too, yeah, I was about to say.
Randy Orton. It's like Orton's coming back tonight. It used to be a surprise when they show up. You're like, oh my god, he's back.
Those damn
But now it's like, oh yeah, you hear the crowd chanting, you know he's coming out.
And they also, the beginning of the match, they announced, in the right corner, blah 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 blah, Paige, and in the left corner, the women's championship. They actually called it the women's championship. They didn't call it. She didn't call it the Divas championship, which I think she fucked up on because Lillian Garcia is terrible at her job. But
Always has
She
been.
was good.
No,
really,
she's always been
Paul
terrible.
Heyman shat on her during his promo.
Keyword was.
No, always has been
No,
terrible.
Her band is good.
I'd
She got a
rather
band?
have. I'd rather have Justin Roberts.
Who?
Justin Roberts, the ring
Yeah.
announcer.
Isn't it? Oh, no, I was thinking of, what's his face? Superstar. What's his face?
Jimmy Kimmel or
Jimmy Kimmel?
Jimmy
Kimmel?
Kimmel? What the
Jimmy
hell's his
Kimmel?
name? I forgot his name.
Dan, look it up.
Tony Chimmel.
Tony Kimmel. There he
I
is.
still. I missed the think.
That's the best one.
I missed
Oh,
it.
you can never.
Come
You
on.
can officiate your wedding though.
Yes, that was the
Which
greatest
I'm
video I've ever seen.
Forcing my future wife to do.
Yeah,
If we allowed to have one thing at our wedding, that's my one wish is Howard Finkel.
I agree. If I get
That's-
married, that's guaranteed.
If he's still alive.
5 years?
Well, you
4 or 5
never
years?
know with these
This is true.
fucks.
Well, I don't think Fink
I
was
guess
on
I'm getting married
steroids.
soon.
You never fucking know. This match was great. I just don't like the way it ended, but then again, you knew that this match wasn't going to end in a title change. And the announcers were more focused onto the match,
Yes.
which I guess
I
they kind of
think
had to.
the title will change at WrestleMania.
Absolutely. I think
Who's
it's
gonna
gonna
take it?
I think it's going to be a fatal 4-way match between both Bellas, Paige, and
AJ.
AJ Lee.
Who do you think will take the title?
AJ Lee.
I was about to say, I think AJ.
Fan favorite, yeah.
I think it's going to be AJ.
You might sneak Paige in there.
It could either be Paige or AJ.
I would like to see some of the other divas have a chance at the title.
Yeah, but last year didn't they have a battle royal for the Divas Championship?
Where?
At WrestleMania?
No,
Yeah,
AJ retained the title.
Yeah,
I know
AJ
that.
retained the title.
And then Paige came out the next night and won it. I don't remember if it was a battle royal though.
Yeah, there was a battle royal at WrestleMania, and then the next night is when Paige.
Oh, it was a battle royal.
Yeah,
okay.
and Paige
Must've been
took
drunk.
the belt the very next night.
It was a year ago.
It was
I
the
don't
Divas
remember.
Invitational. That's what it was last year.
yes.
Thank you, Dan.
Dan.
Don't Gasper's
In
taking,
caps, every diva.
Gasper's taking credit for your work.
No, I'm
Dan.
not. I was going to tell him it was.
No,
Dan.
you weren't.
You know.
Don't lie. You were going to take full credit for that shit.
Shut up. First pinfall wanted. Thanks, Dan. The Daily Show with Seth
Yes.
Loved it.
Yes.
Rollins. Great.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Stewart even got a little hit in there. More than one hit.
Yeah. Low blow and then a
And then just
whatever to his back. I
a
don't.
knock to the back.
Yeah, like a chop to the back or something. Fantastic.
Randy Orton, what's going on?
No one knows.
Isn't it kind of? I was actually telling him earlier.
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of obvious what they're doing? They're making it look like he's on the authority side, and then like a week or two before, something's gonna happen. Tension's gonna fly, and then Orton's gonna RKO him, and that's gonna set up a match for WrestleMania. It's kind of obvious. I mean, it's
I don't think so. I think what I'm going with is the horrible, manipulative Randy Orton who's trying to get the trust of him, and as soon as he got the trust, like after this week, when we get to the main event, we'll discuss it. But getting the trust of the authority, then all of a sudden RKOing him being like, "No, I was always out for myself. I just wanted my vengeance."
I literally just said that.
No, you said
I said that I was like, what he's gonna do is
He's
he's gonna
gonna-
make it
you
look
said-
like he's in the authority
you said
side.
tension's gonna fly. No, I don't think there's gonna be any tension. I think it's just gonna be out of nowhere, just a random RKO, and just be like, "Yeah, this is what I've always been trying to get to." Like no tension
Alright, well,
flying.
we both agree that he's like fake. He's
Yes,
fake
he's
playing
faking.
on the authority side, but it's gonna lead to okay. So we agreed on that, but I think tensions are gonna. I think it's gonna come down to Rollins getting mad at something that Orton does, and he's gonna shove him or do something, and then that's gonna lead. That's an RKO, and then that's just gonna lead to a match. The next week or two, I think that's gonna happen.
I just think this is Randy
Oh,
Orton
it's 3
playing
weeks.
the game.
There's 3 weeks left.
3 weeks.
Since the WrestleMania.
You might be right on no tension, but I mean we all can agree that it's.
Yeah, there's definitely gonna be a match.
Yeah,
No one's
absolutely.
questioning that.
I would rather have just Orton just RKO him out of nowhere.
That's what I'm saying. No tension, no nothing.
Yeah,
Just
I
be
would
like,
rather
yeah.
him just do because he came back after Rollins curb stomped his head into steel steps, put him out of action, and then you're just gonna bring him back, and then
Yeah, I don't like that they're doing that. I don't like that making.
And it's just like,
No, it's
okay,
stupid.
we're just gonna have you stay with them for a little bit, and then
see,
you turn on them.
What I rather have them do is do what we did at Fastlane, interrupt and start a brawl, and then every week get involved and screw Rollins over, whatever he can do, and then Rollins goes, enough is enough, you and me WrestleMania. I think that's the best way too. I mean, that was the better way to go. I don't like what they're doing with this. I mean, I don't agree to how they're running it.
It is. It is. Bless you. It is a kind of dumb way to go. Bless you.
Sorry, viewers.
It is a dumb
Cover your
way.
damn mouth.
It is a dumb way that they're going about this, but it needs to be done.
You like that quick open? That was a nice quick
That
open.
was not a quick open. We all heard it.
We all heard
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Over. How about Jon Stewart knowing exactly what he was talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That surprised a lot of people that maybe about 2 or 3 people that I was watching Raw with last night.
That's a lot. 2 or 3 people's a lot to you.
It's a handful. That he knew what he was talking about. They didn't know that Jon Stewart's an actual wrestling fan. They didn't know, he was there at Money in the Bank, this and that. It was pretty cool that
See, I didn't know he was at Money in the Bank.
No,
but
no,
he said it himself.
I don't remember that. Anyway, but I mean, you kind of know he's a big wrestling fan, and the fact that he's getting involved with Rollins, randomly. You have to know he's a wrestling fan for that. But I honestly didn't remember him saying he was at Money in the Bank. But still, I'm glad he's a wrestling fan.
He said, I was in Boston at Money in the
All
Bank.
right.
Kane helped you, this and that.
No, I don't see. I remember him saying, he's like, you don't. It's not your briefcase. He said it should be Kane because Kane helped you. I don't remember him saying
he
I
said
was
Kane
there.
helped you. He didn't say it belonged to Kane.
No, he said to me.
No.
He goes, you don't.
No.
I swear
No,
he
he
said
No, he
that.
never said
You
belong
were-
to Kane.
No.
He said it belongs to somebody else,
belongs
which
to
we all
somebody
meant.
else.
And we
We-
all know that meant Ambrose on that one.
Oh, see the way he was wording because he was
'Cause-
like, he's like Kane held the ladder for you. So I'm pretty
Was
sure he
Kane
said
in that
belong to
match?
Kane.
Kane wasn't that. No,
Okay.
he interfered in that match.
Yeah, he
no,
wasn't in the match,
He
was
wasn't.
he?
He wasn't in that match. He wasn't in that match.
Was he?
And he just held the ladder for
Rollins.
Rollins.
That's what I thought he meant. When he said Kane, I thought he meant like it should belong to Kane because
No,
he was
he
on the
said
holding
Kane,
the ladder.
Kane helped you.
Dan,
Dan, can
What?
you give us?
No, he just said Kane held the ladder.
There you go.
In capitals.
Again, Gasper's just taking credit.
No,
for
no,
your
he
part.
just said that right now.
No, you didn't give him credit for it. No, come on, give the guy his credit.
I said it before he even sent it. Why do you guys doubt me? Don't doubt me.
I'm a YouTube.
This one wants Kane to have the Money in the Bank briefcase. Imagine that right now. Kane with the Money in the Bank and wrestling in fucking slacks and elbow pads.
I honestly would never watch wrestling again if he had the money in the bank.
That'd be funny.
And every time Stewart's at the pay-per-views, this one is coming from Dan. They show him every single time.
I don't remember them showing him money in the bank.
Yes.
I might have been wrong. I might be mistaken. I don't remember it.
You are.
I don't remember.
You're damn mistaken.
All right, relax. All right,
But
calm
Kane
down.
should have held that. Kane should be the Money in the Bank champion.
I
over
never
winner
said
right now.
that. I
You
thought
just said
Stewart said that
No,
he
he didn't.
deserved it.
He did not say that.
No.
He said somebody else deserves it, which we all know meant Ambrose, who was about to win that match before Kane
Yes.
completely
Why would
screwed
I
him.
want Kane of all people that we've been shitting on every single week to be a Money in the Bank person?
Because you're a
Come
weird
on.
person? I don't know.
No,
Maybe you
shut
got
up.
maybe you got sick,
Stop.
twisted desires here.
Stop. Yeah, Kane. from 10
Stephanie,
years ago.
Pedigree, and Kane. We'll go back to next week. Last
What?
week. When
What?
you said that Stephanie should stop Kane and everything he's doing to save Daniel Bryan from getting tombstone.
Was that Dan? Was that
He said Stephanie, enter. Pedigree, enter. On Kane, enter.
Enter.
To save Daniel Bryan. Two
I
enters.
love you, Dan, so much.
Too many enters.
I miss you.
I sure as hell don't. Stay home. Stay home, you sick fuck.
Even not here, he's still getting you.
Trolling from across.
We'll move on to Luke Harper versus Daniel Bryan. Great match.
Amazing match.
Fantastic match. I don't understand how you guys say you guys didn't enjoy this Raw. We had fantastic matches, even fantastic promos. We had, despite the opening promo with Roman Reigns because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing with his life. Was that too much?
Maybe.
No,
Sorry.
it's not too much. It's just
I just love how Luke Harper was fucking so
angry.
vicious.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Luke Harper in a really long time. It feels like.
We were talking about that last
3
week.
weeks,
Where has he
maybe?
been?
Yeah, maybe about 2-3 weeks.
Which is, he's a good wrestler, so I don't know why that's been going on. but-
Maybe he was hurt and they just gave him some time off. I don't know.
Or they didn't know what to do with his character, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, this whole Intercontinental thing's a mess, we'll throw you in it.
So I think he's gonna be in it now.
Maybe, possibly.
Well, you know,
Harper?
yeah.
Well,
Daniel
he was,
Bryan-
he was 6, right? You had to do a count again.
We had 7, I think we had.
All right, so we have Barrett,
Yeah.
Truth,
Yep.
Ambrose,
Yep.
Bryan,
Ziggler,
Harper,
and
maybe Sheamus.
yeah, maybe Sheamus.
So okay, so
We're,
Sheamus.
we're
would be
right
seven.
now at 6, potentially 7.
Okay, I wanted to make sure that wasn't 7.
Or do they throw a curveball and throw fucking Rowan in there?
Oh God, no.
No, him in a ladder match would
I
be
rather
horrible,
see Sheamus. I rather see Sheamus come back and actually wanted to fight. Instead of Rowan just flopping around.
I just like the ending to that match. It felt like back in the day when people were feuding for the WWF title. It was just this guy standing with the guy's title at the end, and
I felt it was like the hardcore championship. Who he has it now? He has it. Now he has it.
yeah,
now
but
he has it.
towards the end, you had Dolph Ziggler on top of the ladder with the IC title, looking at Daniel Bryan, saying,
is
"Yeah,"
why he's
and
my
Daniel
pick.
Bryan looking at the WrestleMania sign.
He's my pick.
That
You
just
going
felt
Zig?
like it could have been an ending to a Raw back then in the Attitude Era. Oh my God, what's going to happen at WrestleMania this week?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I can see
And
that.
it just goes off.
I miss JR, by the way. Especially after you just did that voice. I miss him.
The build-up for this match has been confusing as fuck because no one knows what the hell's going
Which I
on.
like.
Who's in it? But yes, it's
because there's so many
exciting.
big names in it that you don't know. Like, so there's obviously certain matches. Cough, Roman Reigns
be
versus
anything.
Lesnar.
It could be anyone in this match. Like, they could just throw fucking Goldust in there for the hell of it. Cody Rhodes cut a promo on the IC belt.
Don't call him Cody.
Sorry, Stardust cut a promo about the IC title, saying, like, you know, that was rightfully his, this and that. He could be in the match.
You should have hissed on him, Vinny. You should have hissed on him afterwards, too.
Don't do it now.
Yeah, you missed
You missed your point. You missed your
Yeah.
spot.
You had it, but now.
It was even in the fucking writing over there, Vinny Hiss.
You don't even know.
Oh, yeah, I didn't scroll down.
I thought you actually just looked and go check.
I didn't scroll down. I saw it.
But, yeah, like, even if we don't get Sheamus in there, you could throw Stardust in there. He had the Intercontinental Championship. He's the reason why the Intercontinental Championship went back to the white leather. If you remember, it was the purple or whatever the fuck it was before that, or it was black. Right, he was black before.
It was black.
And then he changed it back to white. Cody Rhodes did that.
I actually forgot what it looks like when it was black.
Yeah, I actually like the black one. The black one
I
better.
like the purple one.
Purple.
It was purple.
I like the white one.
There was a purple. Can we get?
a-
Can we get a picture of the
Sure.
purple? I don't remember a purple.
I forgot what the. I don't remember the purple.
I remember the black one with the blue and the gold on it, but I don't remember the purple.
Let me see.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
can't see. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That
What
like-
was the
yeah.
most recent one?
White.
Before the white one.
It
Like
was the
red-
black one, I believe.
The black
What
one.
would the black one look like? This is sounding really weird.
It's the same
Was the
thing
black-
as the purple.
It was-
Oh, just okay.
It was
I
really
didn't know if they
big,
changed like, the
long,
logo.
No, no, it's just the leather that they changed.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is sounding really. What the black one look like? What the white one look like?
It was really long, hard, and
I mean, see that's just weird.
Dan does make a good point. The white makes it look more classic.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
because it goes back to the originality.
Good point, Dan. Bang bang. Where are we? Paul Heyman promo.
I love it.
Probably one of the greatest things on Raw.
So angry. So angry he got.
Yeah.
The best thing is
The
microphone
microphone.
cut.
no, not even that. That was good. But him yelling at the fan, going, "I didn't mention Andre because he's dead." Holy shit!
Stupid idiot.
Like, that was phenomenal.
Paul Heyman
Phenomenal.
is great on the spot. I have to say that.
Phenomenal. Like, people I were with were like, "Well, that's a little over the line." I was like, "No, that's fucking awesome."
That's Paul Heyman
Yeah,
at his
that's
best.
Paul Heyman being Paul Heyman. But I like he's like,
Obviously,
well, maybe
the
if the
sound
sound guy wasn't from New Jersey.
Now the question is, do you guys think there was really that difficulties, or do you think this was all intentional and scripted?
I think they were actually trying to stop him. I think this was a shoot promo.
Really?
I think, like, he started doing what they wanted him to do, and he just went off.
Whatever he did worked.
I like when he went to Lillian Garcia and goes, "It's about time he did something right."
Shit. Burn.
Oh, and especially because he mentioned Ronda Rousey.
Mm-hmm.
That can't be good.
14 seconds.
That cannot be good. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
There's no way the WWE would allow that. Ever. Especially because their champion is probably going to leave for that company.
Yes.
Paul Heyman's fucking awesome.
I mean, he's a man. I've supported him. No matter who he's with, I support him.
He knows how to get the
Like,
crowd.
I think, you know how
into it.
NXT has Dusty Rhodes cutting their promos right now? Like, teaching them how to cut promos, this and that. When Paul Heyman retires, he should be down there doing that for the NXT.
Yeah.
Because that guy's pure gold. Anything he says will, like...
He just knows how to work a crowd. He just knows how to either get under their skin or make them cheer. Either way, he knows how to do it. And he's, like you said, he's got a gift for it. He just knows what to do, when to do it. He's probably, in my opinion, one of the top 5 managers of all time.
Oh, it's
Top
yeah,
five.
yeah.
I
you know,
think
well,
he takes number one for
Well,
me.
you have to remember the Jimmy Hart. You know, you had a couple other guys in there. You know, Bobby the Brain.
Yeah,
you
all right.
You got to be respectful to the
Top
older generation.
3, if that.
I'd
You wanna
probably go
top
top
3.
3. Yeah. I was just being generous with top 5 by saying, like, protecting myself in case
I
Dan,
still think this
in
feud,
case Dan comes up and says something bad about
this
me.
feud would be nothing without Paul Heyman.
No,
Absolutely
absolutely not.
Well, because
He's
Lesnar's
garbage.
not coming on Raw. How much does it cost to get Lesnar on Raw?
Who knows?
100 grand?
Apparently he stormed out last week.
Yeah. You know, what's it going to cost? $100 grand to have him come out and be pissed off? You know, you save your money.
Yeah, we have another. Who shut the front door? Is it you, Vinny?
Huh?
I see you on your phone over there. Are you
We
in
didn't
this
shut the
chat
fr-
room
who's-
too?
No. Who shut the front door?
I don't know. I thought you would make that something stupid that you would do.
I don't know where that came from. What?
Wow.
Where did shutting the front door come from?
Anyway, Paul Heyman gold, and that promo was just
Yeah.
bravo,
Yes.
Mr. Heyman, bravo.
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah, and Dan makes a good point. They don't want to pay Lesnar to be on Raw. They don't want to
I
pay
just
The
said
Undertaker to be on
that.
Raw.
I
They don't
just
want to
said
pay Sting to be on Raw. WWE is all about the money.
Yeah, but then don't have these guys in matches. I mean, I love Lesnar, but cut him loose if you don't want to pay him. You don't want Sting. Cut him loose. What are you doing? There's so many other things you could have done with Triple H. You could have had him go up against Cena because of the whole authority thing. He got the authority fired.
I don't think Cena. I think maybe Ziggler.
Ziggler, whatever. You know what I mean? You could have gone a different way and saying paying Sting a buttload of money to appear at one pay-per-view.
Well,
Or two pay-per-views, I'm sorry.
but that one appearance at Survivor Series was like just, I mean, it was obviously he was coming, but it was pretty epic. It was like, holy shit, what is he doing here, you know? So, I mean, I like that they're doing it, but I don't like how they're running this feud with the whole, Triple H is carrying the whole weight. I don't like that.
Well, that's my point. You have guys you're paying full-time anyway. Have a feud with them. It could have made a lot more sense to have Ziggler. Ziggler eliminated everyone, cost the authority of their job. Put him in there. And that kind of pushes him, especially if he beats, Triple H at WrestleMania. I beat the game. I beat the Cerebral Assassin. I beat the COO.
I would love to see Ziggler do it, but at the same time, Sting's more of a bigger icon, so...
I get that, but you're also paying a guy to show up.
Bigger icon or was a bigger icon?
I mean, he's still a big icon.
he's-
It's Sting.
The older generation, anyone
Stinger.
above 20 knows who Sting is.
It's the pitcher. It's not a pitcher guy.
A picture?
That's
Baseball
my
picture or picture?
pitcher.
Okay, now I got you confused. for a second. Picture.
Pitcher.
Very good.
Pitcher.
English lessons 101 with Gasper.
Pitcher.
Today we learned the word picture.
Pitcher.
It's a picture. It's not a picture.
Shut up.
Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins.
Surprisingly, really good match.
Fantastic match.
Surprisingly, because Roman Reigns is in it.
Well, once again, who's he's with is carrying a match.
You know what, though? I agreed with you for a very long time with this, and it was my personal opinion.
Over it now.
But, yeah, I mean, we've seen him in matches now with other guys who are not even that great, and he's been performing with everyone.
Well, who's he really been in the ring with that he's performing over well? Big Show and Kane, Rollins. I mean, he
Daniel
hasn't really.
Bryan.
No, it's like besides
Randy Orton.
Well, Orton was in SummerSlam, so that's number one. Then you have Daniel Bryan at Fastlane, great match, and then Rollins, great match. So those three right there are the three main guys he performs with. When he's in the he's in the ring with Kane and Big Show in a tag match or singles match, it's boring. But when he's actually with someone, Rollins,
I mean, most
Orton,
tag matches are boring now,
Bryan.
though.
But you just said no. He's performing better than the
I'm
ring.
saying in singles
but look who's
matches.
performing with. But look who's performing with. He's performing with Rollins, who's fantastic. He's performing with Bryan, who's fantastic. He performed with Orton, who's fantastic. I mean, it's just, I still think people carry him in the matches. He's gotten better, but he's still I want mine for WrestleMania. That's really gonna sell it to me. Is he gonna? Is it gonna be Lesnar?
Lesnar's not a good seller.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Is it going to be a good match because Lesnar, or is it going to be a good match because it's a good match? That's what I'm really. That's gonna be the
I was
ultimate
about
test.
to agree with you 100%. It's for me right now. I'm still on the cusp. I think he's gotten a lot better. I think he's selling the moves better. I think he's doing everything better. But I kind of agree with Vin. It's going to be WrestleMania is going to be
The
make
ultimate
or
test.
break
Yep.
for Roman Reigns. You're in a match with the guy who's notorious for
Just going out there and whooping ass.
Yeah.
So,
if
You know,
you're going to beat him.
I'm
do
going
it
to
right.
agree with Dan right here, and he
What's
just
that?
said it. He says he gives Reigns credit. His wrestling is solid now, but his character is not built to be the champion.
no,
As we said earlier. We said that
for
earlier.
a while. We've been saying that for a while now. His character's not.
We
built
just
yet.
said that about the opening promo. He's gotten better as a wrestler, but he can't cut a promo. His real test, though, yes, his wrestling's gotten better. Now you're going up against a guy who is not a good seller of moves, who's not like a Randy Orton who can turn that spear into what's it called? Sorry, when he does that really quick, like suplex kind of thing.
Samoan drop.
No, I'm talking about Randy Orton.
Power slam.
Power slam. You know what I mean? A guy who could do that in a blink of an eye, who could turn your spear into that. You're going up against a guy like Brock Lesnar who can't do that to you.
I just hope it's on another Goldberg
versus Lesnar match. That's what I'm hoping too. But I feel like
it's going to be. I think, unless we're wrong, we might be pleasantly surprised. I mean, as we get to the end of this match, we'll say. I mean, Reigns
cleaned house.
Yeah,
he absolutely cleaned house. I mean, I don't know why it took him this like. There were so many interferences in this match and distractions, this and that. Like, why couldn't Reigns just destroy all 7 of them in the match? And then, instead of after the match. We have a question from Shut the Front Door. He goes, who are the fans at WrestleMania going to cheer for more, Reigns or Lesnar?
I think Lesnar, personally.
I still think Lesnar gets.
I think it's going to be split. I think. Yes. Listen, fans know that Lesnar is going to be leaving, or potentially leaving.
Yeah.
But I think Paul Heyman sealed the deal when he mentioned Ronda Rousey and this and that. I think Lesnar's gone. He's gone.
Yeah.
It's going to be split. Only because, and not even split, it's going to be more towards Reigns than Lesnar. I mean, Lesnar will get the cheers, but unless Seth Rollins comes out and cashes in the Money in the Bank and destroys both of them, then we have a new champion in Seth Rollins, which I think a lot of people will pop for.
I don't think that's going to happen in terms of destroying both of them. I kind of think what they're going to do is exactly what Rollins said. I could be, like, when going back to the earlier promo from the beginning of the night, when Roman Reigns said, be a man, play your contract in line and join us in a triple threat match. And
not threat, threat,
I don't know.
Match?
And Rollins saying, or I could be really smart and wait for you to beat the hell out of your shoulder and then come out and cash in.
Even Dan said that last night when we were watching Raw together. He goes, so that's not going to happen.
No, I agree.
They mentioned it, it's not going to happen. But then again, the idea of last year when Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar were up against The Undertaker, and Paul Heyman was just blatantly saying, The Undertaker's going to lose. You know, this is the year he loses the one. He's going to be 21-1, and no one believed him. And it just seems so, like, no, it can't happen. And
well, that's the thing.
There was the hammer dropping.
Well,
done.
That's Taker. I mean, if you're going to tell me that your client's going to beat this guy, and it happens, I'd be like, okay, well, he sold it well enough. He tricked us all thinking that Reigns is going to lose, and he did. But Taker was just more of a shock. Like, if Lesnar wins, Lesnar wins. But Taker losing was just like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. I was actually speechless. Like, I walked around my house, like, in disbelief of how it actually happened.
See, I disagree. I personally, I had an opposite reaction. When it was announced it was Lesnar versus Taker, I had that.
You were saying that off the bat.
He was with me every Monday night. I had it in the bottom of my gut saying, it's done. It's done. And when I watched it happen, was I upset? Was I pissed? Was I, like, losing it as a child who grew up watching The Undertaker? Yes. But at the same regard, I kind of expected it to happen. Well, I wasn't that guy who they keep showing every single clip going, huh? It's over?
The Shocked Undertaker guy.
The Shocked Undertaker. That's what, yeah.
Which,
just say yes.
If you guys didn't know, he was actually rooting for Lesnar.
Yeah, no, I heard that. I saw that.
He was rooting for Lesnar.
He was rooting for Lesnar, and then when it just happened, he was just like, wait, that actually really happened? That actually came true? Like, yeah, I mean, regardless of who you were rooting for in that match, it was
Dan brings up a good point.
Dan's always bringing up a good point.
Yeah, because he's fucking fantastic.
You guys are butt buddies over here.
WrestleMania is a heavy European traditional wrestling crowd. Okay. So they're going to root for Lesnar more.
Okay.
Which, he said, no, I'm just saying that's what he makes a solid point, but I'm going to go against that and say that people are on board. Like, you give the women the children. They're on board this Roman Reigns. You know, even me. I'm not on the hype train, but I'm feeling more Roman Reigns because
you're not on the rain train.
I'm not on the rain train, baby.
Hashtag.
It's just. I
mean, listen. He will get a he will get a reaction. He will get a good reaction. I don't think he's gonna get booed out of the building.
He won't get booed.
But no, I don't think he'll get booed out of the building. But
He will get some boos, but he won't get booed. Like,
no,
out of the building.
I mean, no. Like I said, I agree with that. I still think Lesnar will get. If you're gonna say who's gonna get a bigger pop or applaud, it's gonna be Lesnar.
Dan just said he's not on the Reigns wagon enough.
Train.
He's not on. All right, he's not on the Reign train enough to beat the
Trademark?
one.
I created that.
The one in
Trademark?
21-1. He's not behind it. Me, I'm starting to get there. Every week it seems that Reigns is proving himself a little more and more. Yes, he's not a great talker, but neither's The Undertaker, neither's Brock Lesnar.
See, that's the thing. Though.
Here's the thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That's the thing. That, like, I don't want to see a champion stuttering his words. A champion Cena, a champion Ziggler, a champion Bryan. These guys don't botch and fuck up their scripts. These guys can come out and be like, I'm the champion.
I'm out.
Let him finish.
No, I'm done. You can do it.
Okay. You mentioned Cena. He's been in the business over 10 years now?
No,
11 years
over
now?
50.
No, I'm not
15
taking
years?
time away. I'm just saying that as a champion,
No,
though,
yeah,
you can't
yeah.
come out and botch your words.
But it's not like Cena was here. Like, he started yesterday, and then this Sunday...
I'm going to call a timeout on you, though. I'm going to call a timeout on you.
Yeah.
You just mentioned guys like The Undertaker, guys like Brock Lesnar who can't come promos. What did both of these guys have for almost all of their title reigns? Gentlemen?
Manager.
Manager.
Survey
Undertaker
says-
had the pallbearer for the entire time. Brock Lesnar had Paul Heyman 95% of his entire career backing him. Roman Reigns does not have that luxury of the manager to carry
Dan
you
just
and promote
says,
you.
you compared Reigns to Lesnar and Undertaker. They have characters. Anyone could be Roman.
No, I'm saying you.
No, I'm just saying-
you're saying you said it. Okay.
No, he's saying me.
Okay.
And Shut the Front Door just said, but didn't The Rock do it for you? He raised Roman Reigns' hands at Royal Rumble. No, The Rock didn't do it for me.
No, because everyone
No.
booed him.
Because
That
the
was
only
horrible.
reason why The Rock was there was to ease the crowd into being like, hey, please like this guy.
Yeah.
This is my so-called quote-unquote cousin.
So cool.
They're not anywhere related.
Is that's true?
It's true.
Okay.
It's... listen,
Samoan thing.
yeah, it's a similar...
All Samoans are related,
Oh,
He's my
apparently.
cousin, but I want you to believe that. So you're gonna. Okay, cool. You bought it. Thanks.
The Rock didn't do it for me. I don't think The Rock did it for anybody
no,
except for the little kids and the women.
Yes.
And Dan just said, The Rock
Are you
is
listening
drunk
to
now.
the children part or the
no,
women?
The Rock. The women.
Wait. We went from children
The women and The Rock. The women and The Rock.
The Rock, Dan just said The Rock is drunk now. He can't wrestle a match without getting injured. Which is true.
Yeah, that's just true.
He's only related by marriage to the WWE. That's it. I kind of, as much as I love The Rock, I have to.
No, I would still support The Rock. I'll still cheer for him when he comes out, but I don't know.
He's not a wrestler. We all know this.
Yeah, we don't know. He's an actor. He's an entertainer now.
But this.
And he's not showing up at Mania.
He will show up.
He will.
No!
He'll be there.
For what? What's he gonna
It
do?
doesn't matter. He'll be there.
Doesn't matter
For
what he
what?
does. He can have a backstage
You
segment.
know, we keep saying it doesn't matter. Just yell it. Go ahead.
It doesn't matter what he does. He'll be there. He will be there. Especially because Roman Reigns is in the main event. He will be there. He'll be there. Maybe he'll help Roman Reigns win the championship.
I don't think that's going to
No,
happen.
I'm, just saying, I'm not saying I believe that.
The one reason I'm going to say
Just
no
throw
on
that out
that
there.
is because fans were already pissed off that The Rock kind of came out and helped him win the Royal Rumble.
I don't think they were pissed at him. I just think that like they were booing
No, I'm
him.
talking about
and The
Roman
Rock
Reigns.
was just trying to, like you said, trying to soften it. And they're like, "It's not working. You can leave now. We still hate him."
Yeah,
Dan
then
brings up they've been waiting to see Rock versus Lesnar for years.
Rock versus Lesnar?
Yes.
Well,
I wouldn't want to see that now. No,
Not
The Rock
now.
is way too injury prone. He got hurt
Rock
fighting
is
Daniel
getting
Bryan,
broken,
and
yeah.
for Christ's sake, you think he's going to do well against Brock
The Rock
Lesnar?
never faced Daniel Bryan.
Not Daniel. Sorry, John Cena. Sorry, my fault.
I was thinking of Punk or Cena.
He got hurt doing that. What happens if you put him against Brock Lesnar, who gave The Undertaker such a severe concussion that Vince McMahon had to leave WrestleMania to go to the
Yeah,
hospital?
but The Undertaker's also like 53 years old. The Rock is still fairly young.
The
No, he's
Rock's
still in
got to be in
shape,
his
but
40s.
he's been out of the ring for a
But
while.
The Rock
now.
also gets hurt a lot.
Like you said, yeah, no
That's
matter
what
how
I'm
much he's in
saying. You
shape,
know, you're
he still
putting him
gets hurt.
against Lesnar? Come on. That's just asking for someone to get killed.
It's just saying that the WWE, the WWE universe has been wanting Rock versus Brock.
Yeah, that would be great.
Oh no,
but
it'd be great. Years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
4 or 5, maybe.
No, I'd say about 8 years ago. Well, Lesnar
I'll go
left. What?
6.
When did Lesnar leave officially to go to UFC? Give or take, like 2007.
No, I would say
For what was that?
2005 or 6.
Okay, 2005 or 6. So over almost 10 years. Over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen that match. Not now.
Well, when's the last time they fought?
SummerSlam.
That was SummerSlam. What year though? 03?
02.
02, 03, yeah. So.
Gasper's doing his
I'm
research.
looking up right now when he joined the UFC.
Okay. Well, what else we got to talk about besides this? Come on, you're waving us on.
We're on the main event right now, so we're talking
was that-
WrestleMania.
It was a good match.
No. He's talking about what we think's going to happen.
Oh, WrestleMania.
I mean, we all know that Reigns is gonna go over, but
I really hope he doesn't, but again,
I just don't want to buy you battle of Jack Daniels.
It's gonna happen because The Rock is going.
It's gonna have like the last fight's gonna be
Wait,
10:46,
what's this spot Jack
10:47.
Daniels going to?
No, and
What
then
do you
he's gonna
mean?
come out.
Our bet was The Rock is going to show up at
Yeah,
WrestleMania.
originally it was
Oh,
fight,
no, wait,
but
is
then
it
we
to-
made it a little more realistically because we know he's not gonna fight.
So wait, you didn't think Rock was showing up at all, and you made that?
No, the original bet was The Rock was going to face Rusev
and
because of the whole when he showed up.
which I don't know why we changed it after that because that's an
because
easy
we
win
made
for
it more
me.
believable. More believable. Because I forgot what your bet was. Well, your side of the bet was.
If I won, well, I know if I won, I got Jigsaw. I got a fucking tall boy. But if he wins, he gets a fucking battle of
'Cause
Jack
I
Daniels.
know, I remember
Oh, yeah,
now,
battle.
'cause-
That should be an even trade. Battle of Jack for the winner. I don't fucking tall boy. You can.
Well,
you
what
can
is the
afford it.
official
No,
bet? I
I
just
think
wonder what
the
the
bet
official
was.
bet
Yeah, I
is
think
now.
you told me The Rock was going to be nowhere near WrestleMania, and I said no. I wanted Rock versus Rusev,
Which
but then
realistically didn't
Dan
happen.
was like, no, let's make it more realistic that The Rock's going to be at WrestleMania, and we both agreed on it.
Okay.
We both
Okay.
took it.
That's how I want.
What?
I,
You
I
still
agree.
stand by that bet?
I do.
I'll take this bet too. I want to know his
And-
action.
and-
Oh, no, like, what is that?
No,
Oh, you both Battle of Jack?
No, he's going to buy the bottle of Jack. I'm going to share it with everybody.
All right.
Oh, of course. Well, we're not going to be there. We're not going to be in the same room for WrestleMania.
It doesn't matter.
We'll know what
We recorded
happened.
that Tuesday.
All right, then you can bring it on Tuesday. Then that's
Hey,
different.
you bring it
You
on
can, he
Tuesday.
can bring it. You're wrong on this one. The Rock will be at WrestleMania. There's no
2008, Brock Lesnar joined the UFC.
All right, so
So how do you
you're-
get
you're
involved in
familiar.
this bet?
Huh?
Enlighten me. How do you get involved in this bet? It's
No,
it's a one-on-one
no,
bet.
it's-
It's
I'm
like-
just saying that you're completely
Oh,
100%
okay.
wrong on
It's-
this. The
it's-
Rock
it's
will
a-
be there.
All right, well, let's do. What's Brandon's opinion on this? Do you think Rock's gonna make an appearance?
I think he will.
I think he
have a
will,
feeling he will.
especially now because Roman Reigns is in the main event.
Yeah.
So you think he'll come out and just raise his hand?
Not even that.
No.
He might just come out on like a backstage thing.
Yeah, he'll have a backstage segment.
Oh,
or
that's gonna kill me. That's gonna just
he'll come
raise
out
me
in the
to
beginning
fucking-
of.
Hey, he might just come out and be like, "Hey, good luck in the match tonight. You
That's
know,
gonna
I
be
know you got this."
Stupid. It's gonna be a backstage promo.
It
Like,
could
I'm
be.
gonna fucking break my friend's TV. Sorry, Gabe, but I'm gonna break your TV.
Why in hell would you take a bet that The Rock would not show up at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
I mean, it's WrestleMania. It's
Especially because The Rock has been in how many WrestleManias for the past 4 or 5 years?
What was it last
But
year
wait,
when
no.
Stone Cold, Hulk
Wait,
Hogan,
before
and The
that,
Rock
though,
all
when's the
came
last time
out?
you saw Rock at WrestleMania? Before
2 years ago when he fought John Cena for the title. Or was that 2 or 3 years ago when he fought Cena for the title?
He fought Cena at the title for WrestleMania 29 and 28.
Okay, well,
The year before that,
well,
he
no,
was-
before that was 29. He was fighting. 28, he interfered because he was
No.
the host, wasn't he?
No, he fought
No,
back
it
to
was
back.
Cena Rock 1, Cena Rock 2.
So we had 3 years.
Before
We had
that,
3 years.
he was that.
One, he
I
was
don't
the host
know.
and he interfered. The next one he fought and he beat Cena. The year after he fought
Telling you,
and he
it's
lost to
gonna happen in a
Cena.
backstage promo.
Then
and
the
I'm gonna
year
put that
after
on
that,
TV.
he came out with Stone Cold and
Which was
Hogan.
dude, that was a little more random. Because the thing with the
that's
Miz.
WrestleMania 30 though. How's that really random?
No, because the thing was when it was Sis. I'm confused.
Sis?
Cena
Sis?
Miz. He had a thing going on with Cena, so that was one. Then he had the 2 fights with Cena. So that was actually being there. But 30, I was surprised that he was showing up because I was like, "What are you doing here?"
It's WrestleMania 30. It's their 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
They're going to have every big name they could there.
I'm sure they would have had Macho Man there if Macho Man was still alive.
Yeah, I mean, it was the biggest. It's 30 years in a row. Like 30 years. And I guarantee you, especially like we said, this whole thing that they're supposedly
I can't wait to get
family.
the text from him saying, "Oh, I like my Jack on the Rocks" for the fucking 5-second bad sync promo he cut.
Oh, at least
I'm
he.
gonna fucking
I
kill
can't wait for
myself.
it either, because then we're getting it for the Tuesday show.
Oh,
Just a
So I'm
warning.
pretty much buying it for the show, not buying it for Gasper.
Just a warning for the fans who are listening. That might not be the show to listen to if you're first timers.
You asshole! Throwing shots.
No, that is definitely the show to listen to.
There'll be Jack Daniels being drank galore. Plus, we get this rowdy on beer. Imagine Jack Daniels in this crew.
God.
I love Marvel. Chances are Heyman turns on Brock Lesnar.
I would love it, but give him a manager and make him a heel. He's got the look of a heel. Come on, the long black hair, the
Big muscle,
badass attitude. He does have the look of a heel.
No, I can see that. Him just standing there and just looking like a tough guy, like, oh, you want to try to fight me, you're not going to win. Like, having the Brock Lesnar attitude. I'm just going to stand here, flex, and be like, you want my title? Come get it. And Paul Heyman be like, you ain't touching him. Like, I can see that happening.
And
That's
then
the
you
only
hear,
way,
I can already hear Paul Heyman. He's the one to beat the one
Behind
in
the
21 and 1.
Yes, I can see that happening.
As long as he doesn't say that every single week.
No, he will. He will.
Unfortunately.
Guaranteed that.
Unfortunately. Like, I liked when he did the 1 in 21 one, because it was taken out as such a monumental thing. But if he say he beat the 1 in 21 and 1, I would just, every week, I'm gonna be like, all right, say something different, please.
The reason I'd be okay with it is because they made such a big deal about Brock Lesnar being unbeatable. Meaning, oh, look at Brock Lesnar. You know, he's destroyed John Cena in the how many times have they said it in the weeks leading up to this? He's the guy who had the most lopsided victory in a championship match in all time. He beat, Cena again with Rollins in there. They're pushing how big Lesnar is. It would make sense for him to brag about how great, Reigns is for beating that one person.
No, I know, I totally understand. I just don't, like I said, I just don't want to see it. It's like, I love Heyman, I really do. He's one of my favorite persons to cut a promo, if not my favorite. But I love the 1 in 21 and 1 because he was just like, everyone's like, my name is Paul Heyman, I'm here to say something. Oh, by the way, just in case you forgot, for the last 5-6 weeks now, my guy, Brock Lesnar, conquered the streak. Like, that was just the one thing he had to hold on to. Like, Reigns is a totally different story. This is just a championship turn. This is just like a championship defeat. This is not a monumental streak breaker. This is just a championship. Hey, my guy beat this guy, and he's a champion now, so deal with it. This is not the 1 in 21 and 1. This is not the 1 in 21 and 1. This is not the 1 in 21 and 1. This is just a championship match. So I don't know.
But
that's why I don't want to see it every single week.
But to argue that, he's the guy who beat the Conqueror, who beat the Beast incarnate, the destroyer of Brock Lesnar, who so far no one has been able to touch. I mean, we've seen him just dominate week after, not week after week. I'm sorry, I shouldn't even say that. Every 4 months,
week after week.
every 4 months, every
week.
4 months or so, we've seen Brock Lesnar dominate somebody.
It's
You
sad.
know.
It's just sad that, like I just said, that you can't even say week to week.
No.
Because he's not there week to week.
We all know I'm a
Sad.
huge Brock Lesnar fan. We all know that I love him. But
You
at
love
this
the big
point,
guys.
I love the big guys. At this point, I don't want to miss a champion if he's not going to be around week after week. If he's not going to UFC, I'd sit there and say, I'd be okay with him being champion if he's going to be there weekly or monthly. Even if he's not on Raw every week, I'd be okay with Lesnar showing up on a pay-per-view.
But if Heyman does turn on Lesnar and joins forces with Reigns, would Roman Reigns become a heel?
Yes, he'd
Yeah,
have to.
absolutely. In a heartbeat.
Let's think about this. Here's a spot. We have a security guard now at CBS. I don't know if you know that.
Nice.
The guy Kevin, he's actually a huge wrestling fan. He proposed to me a really interesting question. Name one face who's ever had a manager in WWE that was successful.
Hulk Hogan.
Jimmy Hart was technically a heel. He started becoming good with Hulk Hogan. Besides him, though. I came up with one answer, but technically he's not a face.
Macho Man?
No, Miss Elizabeth was a heel, kind of. And so was Macho Man at the time.
No, but I mean, Macho Man was a face at a time when Miss Elizabeth was a
Yeah.
face.
All right, I'll give you that one then. Okay, you got me on one. Okay, go
That
ahead.
was Dan. That wasn't me.
Oh, there you go, Dad. There you go. Okay, Gasper or Brandon, go ahead.
Oh,
That
man.
was so fucking loud. I'm sorry I had to say that. I heard that all the way from the back.
Shut up.
upstairs.
Um,
Don't you tell me to shut up.
I
It doesn't matter what
Don't be
people
I don't
damn
know.
when I made loud.
What?
don't know.
The only guy I could come up with was Undertaker, but he was never really a face or a heel. He was just that guy that was always there.
What I miss?
That's what I'm saying, but he wasn't
And
really a
shut the
face.
front door. It said Bam Bam Bigelow.
What
Who's
about-
Bam Bam Bigelow?
Who did he have as a shut the front door? Who was Bam Bam
Who was Bam
Bigelow's
Bam Bigelow's
manager?
manager?
And was he a
wait.
face at the time, or
Well, I'm assuming that he was a face.
My question was, if Heyman turned on Lesnar during that match, would Reigns become a heel if they joined forces?
Oh, yeah. I think he has to be. I mean, because I feel
Well,
like I don't.
if you look
I
at
don't
it,
think.
was Lesnar a face when Paul Heyman was his manager?
Back in the day? No, he
Because
wasn't.
Paul Heyman left to join the Big Show, and he was
Yeah.
Big Show's manager for a while. And Matt's not here, so I'll just...
No, you're right, because he was, because Big Show was the...
Big Show, I think, was feuding with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, he was.
Champion.
No, I'm saying,
That's what turned...
Big Show was the good
That's
guy
what
or bad
turned
guy? in that
Brock
feud?
Lesnar... No, he was the bad guy.
He was the bad guy, okay. Yeah, because he kept coming back, everyone kept cheering for Lesnar. So, okay, but I mean, everyone has their times where they were faced with a heel manager, but for the majority of it, every person that Heyman has worked at has been a heel. I mean, Punk was more face because he was in Cena, which everybody still hates, but in reality, he was a heel. You know, it's one of those. He's a face, but he's really a heel. He's a heel, but he's really face to the fans. So it's. Do I think Reigns could become heel? I think so. I don't think I want him as face because you're gonna have Heyman talking up him like, who's gonna beat this guy? He just beat Lesnar. He's a champion. He's a Samoan. He's this. He's that. And you're gonna have and you're gonna be Reigns be like a good guy? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think Reigns has to follow with the heel storyline.
Albert Humperdinck
Wow.
was Bam Bam Bigelow's
God,
manager.
all right, good job.
Thank you. Shut the front door.
Wow.
Welcome. This is the first time listening to us too. He just kind of stumbled upon us, and
Hey.
he likes what we're talking about. So
Thanks for
I'm
listening.
digging it.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's awesome.
Spread the word.
So Dan was asking if I could go back and look at it. Any guesses what the title feud will be going into Extreme Rules?
Ooh.
Do you think they're going back to Brian Reigns if Reigns doesn't win at Mania?
No. Wait, if he doesn't win it?
If he doesn't win at Mania.
So Reigns loses?
No, Reigns wins. Brian loses.
Oh, the IC, okay.
So they go back to that thing.
If they turn Reigns heel, I could see that happening.
Yep.
If they don't, no.
But I would
Okay,
say when
Dan just added the stipulation, assuming Reigns wins.
okay.
Well, how are we going with it? Are we going with Heyman betrays him and, you know?
Well, I mean,
Well,
it's
so let's
just-
see what he says. Okay, so Reigns wins.
Reigns wins.
Okay.
Championship match at WrestleMania. Who
Okay.
does he face at Extreme Rules?
And I'm going to go with how it depends on how it goes down. If he goes down as a face, you obviously got to throw...
No
probably-
betrayal, clean win.
Then I'm going Rollins. It's not a huge pay-per-view. You can put that whole Shield feud back into effect.
Is that cash in?
I would say maybe not. I just think the Authority gives him the title match. Not the cash in. I
'Cause
can't see them using
even
the
if you look
cash in.
like, look at what John Stewart was saying during their segment. He goes, "What has the Authority given you? Who's headlining WrestleMania right now? It's Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, not Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins."
I see Seth Rollins not cashing in the title, but Triple H saying, "Go after him. Prove that you're the best of the Shield. You were the quote unquote architect of the Shield. Prove it." And then Rollins doing it, and maybe not winning at Extreme Rules, But then cashing in the contract right afterwards. If he loses, cashing in right away.
But think of it, doesn't Bryan technically still have a rematch?
So does
Randy Orton.
So does The Rock.
So does The Rock.
The Rock. It's a Royal Rumble for the title. The Battle Royal.
Cena still owes one, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he faced Brock Lesnar like 3 times.
he first.
No, I'm talking about earlier.
That last match with Rollins and Lesnar was his last shot.
Okay.
So Rollins.
Dan's thing is, what about Sheamus coming? If Roman Reigns comes back as a
Sheamus versus Reigns.
If Roman Reigns is a face, what about? Because Dan's thing is Sheamus is going to join the Authority.
That's what
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
What do you think if Sheamus goes up against, Roman Reigns?
That'd be interesting.
He's still part of the Authority, but Seth Rollins gets pissed off. This is my idea now. My gears are turning right here. Seth Rollins gets pissed off that Sheamus is just back. He gets a title match against the heavyweight champion, and he cashes in.
This would be
Babyface turn for
great.
Seth Rollins.
Happy babyface.
Now, the question is, do you think that they're ready to turn Rollins face after building him up as a heel?
He's been a heel for the past year.
So he ditches
Almost.
J&J security completely. He's gonna have to.
It doesn't matter. I mean, he doesn't
No, I'm saying
really
he's gonna
want.
have to if he's fake. No, but I
Dan
was.
just says he likes my style.
Oh, I
Me
agree
and
with you.
Dan
I like
are
it.
on the same.
You've been on the
Rain went.
same training entire night. But I'm keeping
But,
it
that's what
PJ.
he's
I'm
saying.
keeping it PJ.
He-
PJ.
PJ? Who's PJ? Who's PJ?
This is
You were
my kid's show.
you-
Justin.
You were talking about like children,
This is-
women, stuff like that. The Rock.
This
Let's
is
go.
not a
Who's
D&D
PJ?
show. You can say all the fucks and shits you fucking want and shit and shit.
Listen, you
Yeah, you
cocksucker.
fucking
Well,
cocksucker.
that's a little.
Oh, we can't
that's
say
a-
cock?
Cock is
Bitch.
a little too much.
Sorry, shut the front door.
But Seth Rollins does have more of a babyface moveset. He does all the flips and shit and everything. Like when he did that 450 or whatever, the moonsault, the corkscrew moonsault, that's a babyface move. That is a pure babyface move.
I don't know
You look at
about
all the
that.
high flyers in WWE history. You have
Just-
Jeff Hardy, RVD,
Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio, Jimmy Snuka, if you want to consider him a high flyer. Like, they were all faces.
Technically, Benoit was kind of a half-ass high flower.
He did the headbutt.
No, he
There
did
wasn't really
headbutt,
that
yeah,
much of a
it was
headbutt.
Well, no, in a lot of matches he used to do pretty good moves.
What about Jericho?
Jericho was never really a high flyer
No,
when
see,
he came in, but
Shut the Front Door just made a good point, saying that Sheamus is an amazing, be a star, the anti-bullying campaign that the WWE is running, where they really turn him heel.
no, you're right. That's a good point.
But
this guy, I really like Shut the Front Door.
Right there and there, I want to stop it right there and say that, they show the John Cena doing the Make-A-Wish stuff and all this, but they also showed Bray Wyatt doing it. Bray Wyatt did it.
That one time, yeah, he did the.
Well, I have a
I'm
question.
sure he does more, but the WWE doesn't show it.
Because they're trying to keep him as heel as possible.
I have a question. Where does Shut the Front Door live?
I don't know. I asked him if we knew him.
What?
No, I mean, could he come on the podcast? Let's hear that. I like this guy's style.
Oh, I mean, if you're looking for that, then okay. Let's say you reckon it's where he lives.
But it's
No, does he live in the area? Could he do a podcast?
I'm sure
I like
he
this
just
guy's style.
he just found out about us. He literally stumbled upon us, which
It's great.
is
Hey.
great. Like this is what we need.
Thank you, Mixer.
But-
What is it?
Mixler.
Mixler. Sorry.
Blur.
But
Blur.
I still see them.
But
They could still turn Sheamus heel.
what I said before,
They have
when
a
you went
million
upstairs,
faces. The WWE needs
more heels. I agree.
Yes.
But I was
Yes.
saying before, when you went upstairs,
But then you take. Sorry.
He's
I don't
from
mean to cut you
Iowa.
off. Okay, cool. Oh,
Welcome.
so where Seth Rollins is from, isn't it?
No, he's from Ohio.
Ohio?
Yeah, home of Seth Rollins.
See,
You're
there you
correct.
go.
all right, there you go.
There it is.
But like I was saying, when you went upstairs before, I really don't see.
My beer is
If-
slushy, by the way.
Oh,
Throwing that out there.
I really
7-Eleven
don't.
where they always sell beer slushies. Right then and there.
Right then and
There
there.
it is.
What were you
That's
gonna say?
that's like Taco Bell with their new invention.
Oh, it's so good. Go ahead.
What is
tried
it?
it?
What is the new invention?
There's Snapple.
No, not the freeze drinks. The cinnamon. The,
Oh no, I haven't. That's great. But
the
back to
cereal
wrestling.
that's anyway. No, like when you went upstairs before, if there really is gonna be a Paul Heyman turn again on Lesnar, I don't see Reigns being a face. I can't see
I
can't see Heyman coming out promoting this guy as this big tough guy who beat the Beast, who's unstoppable, who's a Samoan, and
People cheering for him.
and people cheering for him. I really
I
don't
want to
see
say
it.
he's unstoppable. I mean, he lost to the Big Show on Raw. Like,
Well,
weeks ago.
they're going to promote him
Clean.
as unstoppable. He's
Fun.
flowing. He beat the Beast. He did this. He's a champion now. He's a tough guy. He's the next big thing. We didn't forget about that, did we? Him saying he's the next big thing. Remember that? That was the thing.
And not to argue with you, but you said like WWE's running out of faces. You want to turn, heels. You want to turn Seth Rollins face. I mean, that would kind of hurt them at this point.
he has been their top heel
For how long? And now you just won't throw it away to turn him face, and then what? You turn Sheamus all of a sudden heel. I mean, you just lost Randy. You're going to lose Randy Orton by WrestleMania as a heel.
Well, I feel like Randy Orton will be a tweener.
Well,
You think
he's
he's
never
gonna
been
be
a
heel?
face. What?
Wait, did you say Randy Orton's going to become a heel?
No,
or
I'm
something?
saying you're going to lose him as a heel. You're
But
going
Dan
to lose.
has a
okay,
good point that Seth Rollins could be the top face.
For the last year, you've
They
been promoting him.
and I'm going to go with Dan again. Sorry to interrupt you. They obviously don't want Bryan to be the top guy.
No, I get that. I get that 100%.
No, they're over that.
But my question is, you've been promoting Seth Rollins for the last year as the top guy, the future of it. Pretty much a year, we're going to say. It's probably not a year, but close to. As the future of the WWE, Mr. Money in the Bank, and yet, what has he done? And then all of a sudden, he leaves the Authority and he wins the title without their help? Makes no sense. What makes sense is the Authority handing him the title at this point.
But they did that last pay-per-view. They put him in the triple threat match, and he couldn't get the job done. Even when the match was over, he couldn't even cash it in. Because...
He was up against the Beast. He was up against the Destroyer.
Dan makes a good point. Again,
Dan,
Randy Orton was the future in Evolution, and he won the title and turned face in 2004. Against the biggest heel faction in WWE history.
What was it?
Triple H turned on them.
Yeah, but that title run lasted how long, Dan? A month? Not even before the Shield.
Yeah.
Before Evolution completely destroyed.
He's calling you up.
He was out. He lost the championship within a month to him. So I have to look at Dan's responses to this because Casper is walking away for a second.
Bye.
Bye.
He was too young and pooping in Divas purses.
What?
I
I don't know where that came from. I really don't know where that came from, but okay.
Yeah, so Dan, you got nothing to say, man. He lost within a month. I mean, come on, man. And he wrote, yes, that is real. Look it up. So he pooped in Divas purses.
I don't want to know if that's real. I don't want to look it up. I don't want to.
I don't want to see Randy Orton.
I've seen some weird shit on the internet. I don't want to see. I don't want to see or read.
You watched Two Girls, One Cup, didn't you?
No, I did not.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did not.
If you're that afraid of poop, you've seen that video.
No, I will show you some weird shit, not wrestling related.
Who did he poop in? He goes, yeah, she quit. Who? Who, Dan? Who quit?
Who?
Whose
Was it
purse
fuck now?
Whose purse was this in?
Awkward silence.
Yeah, awkward silence. is
Awkward
never-
silence because you're trying to
We're
figure
actually talking to a computer right now, so
We're trying to figure out
The anonymous
who.
Raw general manager.
Oh God! Don't start that again because I'm just getting angry. Break the computer and then I will guys.
Hold on. Shut the front door. Actually, I wrote, do you think they're doing away with faces and heels? We're now in the reality era. Think about, shouldn't we cheer for Triple H since he represents WWE and Sting is from the other horrible company?
Well, that's a good point.
That
I mean,
really
you know
is.
what? Thing is put it this way: Cena is portrayed as a face, but every time he comes out, John Cena sucks. John Cena. I mean, like everyone boos him. I mean, Roman Reigns, face, he gets booed. I mean, half these people who are supposed to be represented as face and heel, Brock Lesnar, supposed to be a heel. Paul Heyman, supposed to be heel. Everyone chants him. I mean...
Sorry, did you mention Roman Reigns with it?
Yeah, Roman
Okay,
Reigns,
you did mention
supposed to
it,
be in
yeah.
face. He's being booed. I mean, Rollins, heel, gets,
He does
somewhat
get
of
somewhat of a
pop.
pop every once in a while.
I mean, Bray Wyatt still has that. Every time he comes out, he gets those cell phones up. He gets the lighters up.
the Fireflies, come on.
The Firefly.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
like,
It's
it's
just
just that
Fireflies.
I agree with, shut the front door. I don't really think they're trying to make it look like there's heel and faces still, but in reality, in the reality era, it's not really anymore.
It's up to the fans who they
It's
want
up to the
cheer
fans,
for.
exactly.
Kayfabe is dead.
Exactly.
Kayfabe. It's a wrestling term.
Let me turn to me in.
I don't know, abbreviations, alright? Leave me alone.
Catch me up. What I miss?
Shut the
actually,
front door.
Shut the Front
Said,
Door
are
made a
there really
great
any?
comment.
Are there really any heels and faces anymore?
With the reality era. And Vinny made a great point that Cena is supposed to be the baby face. I'm just reiterating what you said, sorry. It's
Yeah,
your
Cena's face gets booed. Lesnar, supposed to be heel, gets cheered. Reigns, supposed to be face, gets booed. I mean, it's what, like you said, it's what the fans want. It's not what WWE will put who they think is supposed to be what face and what heel is. But in reality, they come out, you get booed, you might be the biggest face, you might be the baddest guy and the biggest heel, but we'll still boo you. I mean, Roman Reigns is a perfect, example.
The best part is it changes so drastically from city to city. You know, in New York, John Cena might come out and get the greatest ovation ever. And then all of a sudden they go to the Prudential Center, and John Cena's getting booed out of the building.
I've yet to go to a wrestling event in New York where Cena gets cheered.
Oh, I'm just saying. I was just throwing it in generalization.
That's
you know what I mean?
because
Does he still really get cheered in Boston?
These states like Massachusetts, New York, Jersey, Philadelphia, Chicago, Cena's going to get booed out of the building, regardless of whether he's a heel or face.
I was a bad example using Cena. I was just
Cena Reigns, as to the point, Reigns was getting the same thing. Really, like.
Now let me ask you, with that being said, because I agree with you on that.
It's because they're more of a wrestling city.
Okay. Now, say the Royal Rumble is in, I don't know, Detroit. Let's put it that way. Do you think Reigns gets the?
Yes.
Do you still think he gets booed out of the building?
No, I think he would get cheered.
In like a Detroit or
Any arena, you
where?
could put him in freaking like
North Carolina kind of area.
anywhere. I think he would get cheered.
But it was because it was in a wrestling city, Philly. It was booed out of the building.
And I think that was WWE's mistake, saying, "Hey, this is one of the biggest wrestling cities in America."
Do you think they think like that?
No. Hence why it happened.
I don't think they think period.
But they had The Rock backstage though, regardless.
Yeah, well, I think maybe they thought about it a little bit, or they just wanted The Rock to be there because he was in the area.
I mean, clearly they were going to the storyline of Reigns winning, but not really because Rusev was still on the outside, and then he would get beat up, and then The Rock would come back. I mean, The Rock was tweeting he was in Philadelphia. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think I think that's just a storyline. I don't think it was more like, hey, Rock, he's getting booed out of the building, go save him. I mean, obviously it's part of the storyline.
No, I think the WWE knew that...
Because, I mean, they're not blind. They're not deaf. They hear the boos every single week.
Triple H said himself, he reads the internet.
Yeah.
He knows what's going on in the internet, the community, this and that.
But he shit on the internet this week, though. He's like, you could be like the fans and not know anything.
Triple H listens to the fans with NXT. He listens to the fans.
Agreed.
Vince doesn't give a fuck.
No,
he does whatever he wants and wants us to deal with it.
Oh, Vince has no.
I think his one quote was, "You'll watch whatever Dan Please put out there," or something like that. One of his promos is they'll like whatever I put out, or something like that from a long time ago.
No fucks given.
He doesn't care. It's just
a weird situation.
Anything you put in those 5 states that I've named, it's gonna get critically reviewed harshly by anyone in that building besides the little kids and the women and all that.
Mm-hmm.
People,
you don't single out the women and children, don't you?
Well, I mean,
no, they mean,
you think about it. I mean,
right.
Don't get me wrong. Some women,
a woman or a child listening, we apologize for Gasper's comments.
A couple there's a handful of women that I know that actually watch wrestling.
Yeah.
And have the passion for wrestling that we do. And understand the way the business goes on and out, not just, oh wow, John Cena's hot, I'm going to cheer for John Cena. Oh wow, Roman Reigns is hot, I'll cheer for him. Which is, a majority of the WWE universe. Dan just pulled up a quote for Vince McMahon, which I was trying to quote before, but I couldn't remember it, saying he'd rather hear a half-empty crowd cheering than who he wants them to cheer for than a full crowd doing what they want.
And that's Vince McMahon for you. That is Vince McMahon.
Look at my hand. See nothing in my hand. It's how many fucks I give. It's literally what he's saying.
That's exactly what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's saying, I'm Vince McMahon, I'm in charge, I'm going to do what I want, when I want, and fuck off.
Pretty much.
Sorry, Vince, that's just...
It's the truth.
Yeah.
It's come down
You
to
don't
it.
care about the fans anymore. You just want your
I
money.
remember you said recently, within the last few weeks, I cannot wait for Triple H to take over his company, like 100%. Everything in the back of his, everything in his.
Vince
his
is only.
wallet.
Vince is what
60-something.
60-something years old.
I know, but I mean,
He's gonna do this to the day he dies.
Yeah, I do not see
so
Vince
screwed
skip
for
no.
another, like, what, 15, 20 more years?
At least I
Damn
don't.
it.
Yeah.
Unless he dies of steroids or painkillers.
God, yeah. I mean, no, that Muscle Cover magazine was not on steroids.
That was steroids.
Steroids and a half.
Photoshop, baby.
Photoshop.
Shelton
and
Door
steroids.
says the fans were mad that Daniel Bryan got eliminated at 10, and Kane and Big Show got to ride the entire Royal Rumble.
That's
Get
true.
rid of
That's true.
Ziggler and Ambrose. And he said, don't forget the Royal Rumble last year in Pittsburgh, and they booed Batista. See, the thing is,
Hold on,
Batista...
sorry, just to cut you off for a second.
Go ahead.
Vince McMahon is 69 years old.
69. That's what I thought he was.
He's 69 years old. All right, Vinny, grow up, all right?
See, the thing about Batista was we all knew it was going to happen, and we didn't want to see Batista versus Orton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong,
Because
last
Daniel
year...
Bryan was on such a high horse.
Don't get me
yeah,
wrong,
of
last
course.
year I was rooting for Roman Reigns to eliminate Batista. But we all knew Batista was going to win. He was going on to WrestleMania to face Randy Orton, which then ignited the whole Daniel Bryan should be in this, and that. And in my opinion, it's not the same. I feel the WWE kind of made the same
Mistake?
no, not mistake. They wanted to go with Reigns and went with Reigns. I was saying before the Royal Rumble, yeah, they can't fuck this up twice. They fucked it up. I don't even think they fucked it up now because now I'm starting to understand what Roman Reigns is.
What is Roman Reigns in?
He's becoming a good wrestler. He can't talk on the mic. Okay.
So what do? Do you turn him heel or do you leave him as a
Well,
face?
yeah, I think you turn him heel, but that's not the point right now.
I think I
point is-
enjoy seeing him as heel.
I think he would be great.
He's got
He
the-
was a great heel in the Shield. Yet again, all he had to do was say 3 words.
Exactly.
2
Now
words. Believe that.
he's-
Believe in the Shield.
Now his badass side come out like, oh, I'm just gonna straight punch you in the mouth. I'm gonna beat you. That's a heel tendency. That's
With
a
the exception of
heel-
Stone Cold, yes.
Of course, yeah, that's a heel tendency for the most part. So him coming out, with the belt, Heyman by his side, saying a few words here and there, but Heyman doing most of the talking. I think his character just grows and it just doesn't stop from there.
You hear that, WWE creative? Listen to what Vinny just said.
Dan just said he should have had a big match at this Mania, and won, maybe become the champion winner.
So he
later
should have
on.
won at 30?
So he should have won. No, he should have won a big match at 30,
Oh, big match at 30. Okay,
and then
yeah.
he would have had the more credibility built up to him.
Yeah,
go.
but technically
also
at 30,
between-
wasn't he still... Sorry, Vin.
No,
the
you go.
crowd would have still liked him though.
No, but technically at 30, wasn't he still with
the
Shield?
Shield.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
Also, but thing is now between WrestleMania
So
30 and
suck
WrestleMania
that,
31, you had so much time to develop him, and you did nothing with
Yeah.
him. You did nothing with him. What's the last thing he did? SummerSlam? That was the one big match, and that was it.
Dan saying that Reigns should have had a slow approach, a slow burn, not straight to WrestleMania for the heavyweight title.
No, I agree with that.
but you can't say started him off at 30 because he was still with the Shield. He was a member of
I
it.
think I misread it.
Did you? What did
But,
you write? Well, why did you
You should have
fix
had
it?
a big match at Mania and won, and maybe became champion later in 2015 or 2016. Not
Oh,
30.
so you're saying...
So not
okay.
become the champion now.
So
Later on in the year, SummerSlam.
But then who becomes champion now? Because you do have to replace Brock Lesnar.
Daniel Bryan.
No, of course, that's the only options you have.
That's the only option. Randy Orton.
They're the only two, right there.
Orton still really wouldn't make sense in this. I would love to see that match just because.
But Orton's developed. Orton
Yes, but I mean, like, in
has a
terms of
resume.
storyline,
Orton
it
has a
wouldn't make
resume, though.
sense.
No, but Orton has a resume.
No, I'm just talking pure storyline. It wouldn't have made sense.
They could have made sense. He could have came back 4 months ago instead of now.
Yeah, I mean the fact that
weeks ago.
they were having him in live shows, house shows, and they weren't using him on the main roster. Not the main roster, main shows. Raw, SmackDown. Come on now.
I don't know what
They
that was
waited too
about.
long. Then they did put him in the corner for too long.
Shut the front door.
Shut the front door is just saying how Photoshop Vince McMahon's picture on Muscle Fitness was.
Oh, it's so,
It's not.
so
It's
bad.
not Photoshop. It's all steroids. Thank you very much.
He said
him
if he
the
cared
benefit,
at
though.
all, he'd push in new stars and have someone like Ryback on the cover. I agree.
Ryback's off steroids as well, to be honest.
No way. There's no way. Come on. The rumor last week was that Roman Reigns failed a drug test for roids. That's why Brock
was
Lesnar
so
left.
funny.
I don't agree with that
was so
one, but I
funny.
could see Ryback being on steroids.
No way.
Come on, the guy's too big.
You can't. They have the wellness policy. You can't do steroids in the WWE.
Vince McMahon's still on steroids.
He's not an on-screen character, is he?
Owner. And
Also,
plus, the thing
he's
is, have you
Saracens
heard those
guy.
stories of Ryback when he was somewhat smaller? That Al Snow had a off-screen interview, and he'd be like, "Listen, Ryback, he would eat and eat and eat,
Ryan Reeves, he was
eat
known as.
and eat." I mean, like the whole feed me more. That's where the feed me more thing came from. They would go to him off-screen and be like, "Hey Ryan, what's in your left pocket? Snickers. What's in your right pocket? Protein bar. What's in your back right pocket? A milkshake." Like they was just like he would keep eating and eating and eating, not stop. That's where the whole feed me more thing came from. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Ryback on the cover of Muscle Fitness, whatever. He's a monster.
He's a beast.
It's a monster.
We're gonna move on. Now that it's a WrestleMania season, we've been doing the past couple of weeks. We got a choice of 5 WrestleManias we get to choose from, and a match we thought was great from one of each WrestleManias. This week is WrestleMania 11 through 15. Pretty good WrestleManias there, I guess.
Yeah.
I was thinking
I
about
played
it
a
in the car.
decent WrestleMania 11 drinking game the other night, and got
What was the game?
Yeah.
man. It was
I'm just curious.
you have to drink every time there was a no sell. Every time a title changed, every time they mentioned WrestleMania,
Holy
every time
shit, you must have been drunk.
every time a celebrity who wasn't a wrestler was shown, they showed Jonathan Taylor Thomas at least 13 times. Every time there was bloodshed, which only happened once.
Was this with beer or hard liquor? Just curious.
Beer,
about your
beer,
safety.
beer.
Okay.
Yeah,
If you do hard liquor, you'd be drunk by the mid
I
card.
was gonna say.
You'd be wrecked by
Uh,
the mid card.
It was just unbelievable. I think we
That's a
died.
fun. Can we play this
It
game?
was great.
Actually, we play this game next
Do it.
week.
Play tonight.
So what do you guys choose? What's your one match, Finn?
I'm going with WrestleMania 14. It's Taker versus Kane. It was the first time they ever versed each other. And it was Taker caving and saying, "Kane, you've been giving me shit for the last few weeks, months, whatever it may be. And I'm finally putting my foot down. I'm versing you. Brother versus brother. Great match. Taker came on top. Came out on top, I'm sorry.
Picking also WrestleMania 14, Cactus Jack, Chainsaw Charlie versus the New Age Outlaws in the dumpster match. That was just brutality beyond brutality.
Fun
Just
match
the
to
moves.
watch.
It was fun. It was one of those moments where you see Mick Foley's other persona, Cactus Jack, and the New Age Outlaws were just getting pushed at that time. And it just showed an aggressive side out of both teams. And that's what I just really loved about it.
I want to go WrestleMania 15, Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. One of the first in a set of matches. they
I was
had.
gonna say, was that the one they kept switching back and forth between the finishers? Like they kept stealing each other's moves, or was that the second time?
That was the second time, I believe.
Okay. I always get those confused.
I just thought that was a fucking awesome match.
I'm going WrestleMania 12, Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart, Iron Man match, sudden death. Watch that match, bitches, if you've never seen it.
Watch that match, bitches!
It is honestly one of the greatest matches ever done in WWE history.
Dan's match was WrestleMania 13.
Dan doesn't get a match. He's on
You're not
here.
here, yeah. You don't
Bret
get
Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, the submission match.
That was a good
That
match.
was a good match.
Broke the rules, and there was bloodshed. There wasn't supposed to be bloodshed.
Was that the one Stone Cold passed out in?
Yes.
And he
Yes,
never
yes, yes.
officially submitted?
That was it. Very nice.
Yeah, very good pick, son.
Yeah, very great picks. I'm excited to see what next week brings, because those were the heart of the WrestleManias for us.
16 to 20?
16
Wow.
to 20 was the Attitude Era for us.
Yes.
That was, that's when we grew up watching wrestling. That was great. Shut the Front Door says, well,
I'm curious. What?
he's going a little ahead of us. He's saying WrestleMania 25 Taker versus Triple H. Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
A little ahead, but we'll allow it.
Well, pick his match. Tell him to pick his
Hey,
match
come
now.
on.
He knows.
Shut the
he
front
kno-
door.
he
11
knows
through
what the
15.
WrestleManias are. 11 through 15. Pick a match now. And
11 through 15.
Why are you
see what
typing?
you got.
He's listening. He's been responding
I
to us
mean,
by
it's-
talking.
It is what it is. I'm used to typing. But,
I'm just curious. I want to see when he goes 11 through 15. I want to see where he goes.
it's great.
I did want to ask you guys
go
something,
ahead.
though. I did want to bring up something. How do you guys feel about the latest inductee into the...
Oh yeah.
we didn't talk
Forgot
about
that. I got mad about that before.
What do you guys think? Alundra Blaze?
I
Well,
think it's good. She had that pivotal moment of, going to WCW with the women's title and just dropping it in the trash and joining WCW. And she was women back then were very underrated, much like they are now.
Yeah.
Which kind of, I think, in WWE's perspective, after last week's with Give Divas a Chance, they were like, okay, we need to announce a diva going into the Hall of Fame right now instead of announcing Kevin Nash, which I think they might be doing
Next week.
in the near future.
Him and Scott Hall both.
wait, in the near future,
Well,
as
they have
of like.
Razor
As in,
Ramon.
like, next
They have
week?
him as
Okay, that's
Razor
it.
Ramon.
Yeah.
What's
Like-
that?
Razor Ramon, they have Scott Hall. as
Oh, he
Razor
is.
Ramon.
He is officially in. Okay, I forgot that he got put in last year.
So I think they were just like, holy shit, we need to do this now because the fans are pissed about Alundra Blaze. Just a diva. Like, the divas aren't getting chances. But if you think about it, when Alundra Blaze was still wrestling in the WWF, they weren't really getting much.
Well,
She
thing
was,
is,
she was the only one that
The,
could
women,
wrestle.
the women's wrestlers weren't, contracted wrestlers like the males were.
well, here's the thing.
Well-
When I first, you breaking my chair?
It was already like that.
You breaking my chair. When I first heard the rumors about her being inducted, I was like, what has she done? They put the video package together, and I said, okay, I'm a little more okay with this because she actually had a resume to show for it. It wasn't just her momentous thing on WCW dumping the championship into the trash. She actually had a pretty good run in WWF. So I support it a little more, but the fans are calling for Miss Elizabeth with Macho Man. So that's the thing. I was like, you have Blaze, who could be a future Hall of Famer, but at the same
she was a
time...
great wrestler. Miss
She
Elizabeth was just a
But
side piece of the Macho Man.
but-
The manager. She was a decent manager.
You can't induct Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth in the same year.
Why?
In my opinion. I
Because
just
it's
can't
just
do
a
it.
draw. You get the draw next year when you put Miss Elizabeth in now.
But that's what the fans are calling for.
Yeah, it doesn't-
What is WWE?
Vince McMahon, it doesn't matter what the fans care about.
But
It's
also,
what I want.
but you were saying about
true.
you were saying about that great video montage. What did they say? It was like 5 years that they didn't have a female championship match at WrestleMania, and then all of a sudden
Yeah, she was the first
she
to
was the
defend it,
first
yeah.
one in 5 years to
Right.
wrestle at WrestleMania. I mean, that's a huge deal. I mean,
And
I
she
didn't
won
know
like
that.
7 different women's titles or something like that
Throughout her career.
throughout her
Three,
career,
yeah,
with the
three,
NWA and
Oh,
all
yeah,
that
I
stuff.
was thinking 3 WWF ones.
She did have the 3 WWE or WWF, but then
We'll say
take it-
WWF.
whatever.
Fuck that.
And,
WWF.
and then you had, we don't want to get sued by the World Wildlife Foundation, do we?
shut
They don't like that too much when we do this. But no, I mean, she's had some accolades besides Miss Elizabeth, who was just a manager.
And Dan says if you can't have China, this was the best option left.
No, question, why don't they go with China at this point?
Their whole
The porno?
You weren't here
That was the
last week.
interview? Triple H did say kind of about the
it
adult
was
thing.
kind of her whole background and this and that. And then
Yeah.
China came out like the next day saying that like Triple H beat me in our relationship, and it was just like, oh, she'll never be in.
Yeah, it's pretty much saying.
Give it
go
another
away.
20 years, she might be in.
What else
Maybe
you do this week?
if-
What did you guys talk about? Oh, wait, that was when you and, was that when you and Dan were just driving around? That you had this conversation?
Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because I skipped
Might have
that
been 2 weeks ago.
Who would you guys like to see in the Hall of Fame this year?
Girls or men?
Like, who's
Like-
left?
Like, who
who's
would you
next
guys
person?
really? Who do you think is like long overdue? Like, who do you think
King Kong
really
Bundy.
should be in now?
King Kong Bundy?
King Kong Bundy's not in the Hall of Fame?
Nope. I
Wow.
don't think so. That's my knowledge, at least. Because I was reading some Facebook comments here and there and online things, and like who could substitute
The Bushwhackers.
the Bushwhacker Demolition should win over them. Like, I mean, I was reading King Kong Bundy was one
the
of those
Road
names.
Warriors, and I always forget
the
who's
Road
in and
Warriors-
out.
Road
The Road
Warriors are
Warriors
in.
already in.
I believe they are in.
I think they are.
The Road Warriors are in, but still,
The
I mean,
Hardy
like,
Boys, I mean, you can't really bring them in because they're still in TNA.
They're still fresh. They are from the early 2000s, so, it is time relatively.
Yeah, but like guys who were in the early 2000s already retired and they've gotten in technically.
Yeah, but think of it.
Rikishi's getting in.
Yeah, Rikishi. Well, I think Rikishi's the most recent one that's been early 2000s that actually has gotten the nod to go in. Everyone else before that has been. Booker T maybe, but besides that,
He's already in.
Like Booker T.
Which kind of confused me.
No, I was mentioning like people who've gotten the nod from like 2001 and up. Like for the most part, everyone else.
Why
has
not
been,
put the Dudley Boys in?
I would honestly like to, since they put Stone Cold in, I would honestly like to see The Rock.
I think The Rock might go next year with Taker.
I was about to say, why is it that The Rock has?
Well, The Rock still performed the last 3-4 years at WrestleManias.
Well,
other pay-per-views.
Well, just in general, though. He's clearly not wrestling anymore. I think his time is done.
Yeah, but I
now.
think that they're going with this from a different view, as like Gasper said, he's performed, he's actually
been involved.
wrestled.
How fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger is in it? Why can we put one of the greatest WWF champions in it?
What I'm saying, what I think,
Arnold Schwarzenegger is also like 65. The Rock is still 40.
Yeah, what I think
The Rock can still wrestle.
What I think Gasper's trying to say is he could still do a couple WrestleManias before he retires, even like interfering or something.
If you think about it, The Rock has never had that major
injuries. Stone Cold, if he gets one more bad bump, he's pretty much
Edge.
Yeah. Those two guys, they get one bad bump on the neck and they're never walking. Stone Cold has admitted he'll never wrestle again.
No, he can't.
He
literally can't.
At best, maybe we'll see a stunner out of something.
Yeah, but that's it, though. He won't take a few...
He'll never take a knock. You'll never see Stone Cold on his back again.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
That's why Stone Cold's in it. The Rock could still take a bump. Will he get injured?
But honestly, but the thing is, Rock is still in the game to compete, but in reality, we all know he's not really going to wrestle again. Who is he really going to wrestle at this age now? I forget this age. Like, at this point of his life, who's he really going to come back and wrestle now? He wrestled Cena, got that over with. He wrestled Punk, got that over with. Besides that now, I really don't see him coming back and wrestling anybody anytime soon. So, I don't see why not induct him with Taker next year.
Because you already have that big name.
You have two big names.
No, they only
Who's the two big names this year?
Yeah, they go one big name per year. Macho Man is the big name this year.
Ultimate Warrior was the big name last year.
Yeah. Well, didn't Lita also get in technically if you want to go?
Yeah.
That's kind of a big name.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. It rarely happens, but I would love to see Taker and Rock in the same class.
Dan says Kevin Nash is going to be in.
Oh, yeah, we know that, yeah.
So that might,
happen.
Those are
That's
your two
another-
big names. Those are two huge names.
So then if you want to do it this year, or if it's going to be Macho Man and Kevin Nash, then you're going to have to...
Kevin Nash...
I don't see you putting The Rock and The Undertaker in the same year.
No. Because you would take away from one or the other. You'd either look at it more as, oh my God, look, The Rock is the big name going out, or The Undertaker.
But then you get a discussion, who's the bigger inductee?
You don't get the
That's not even
discussion.
discussion.
It's just The Undertaker goes in 1 year, The Rock goes in a year, 2 years after.
Yeah.
There's no discussion.
They break it up. They're not going to... Because they don't want
You're
that.
not going to have two of the greatest wrestlers in the same year.
They don't want that kind of publicity of going, well, is The Undertaker not as good as The Rock? They don't want that. They want that mystery of The Undertaker going as, he's the dead man. He is, the baddest of them. They want The Rock going as the People's Champion, not going, oh, does he technically deserve to be in the same year as The Undertaker? They don't want questions. It's kind of like, here's your big guy, and then we'll go on the next.
And they might just fucking wait until like 60.
I doubt that. I don't think either one of those guys will be put in that far down the road.
They both will be inducted with the next 4 years.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels, retired like 5 years before
and
he got
Dan
put in?
says Goldberg could be in the WWE Hall of Fame too.
I don't think so.
Stop.
I don't think
They own WC. If you don't think Sting's going into the WWE Hall of Fame, you're crazy. Goldberg's going into the WWE Hall of Fame. He's going. It's going to happen.
But he never...
Not anytime soon. It's eventually going to happen.
What, would they run out of anyone else to put in? Because
they're already running out of people now.
Yeah. It's just like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They're like running out of bands.
Green Day's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they haven't done anything that great since like the 90s.
No, that's not true. No.
Okay, early 2000s.
Early 2000s, I'll agree with, yes.
But still, they don't. I don't think they deserve yet to be in the Hall of Fame because they haven't done anything that significant in their career.
Well, we're not getting into music.
No, we're not.
It's not a podcast
but
about music.
It's still the same thing about the WWE Hall of Fame.
You're insulting one of my favorite bands of all time, but that's...
Bill Goldberg had...
Hey,
Bill
I'll make you
Goldberg...
go and share it in your head, baby.
Bill Goldberg had that what was it, 170-0 record or whatever?
In where?
It doesn't matter.
In what company?
But what company owns that company right now?
But what
Did-
company
what do you-
did
okay,
not
Did
own
Bill
that
Goldberg come to the WWE? Okay.
Yes, and what happened?
Where Ric Flair came back to the WWE. We had Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Sting now. Sting's in the WWE. Is Sting not going into the WWE Hall of Fame?
I don't think he should, honestly.
I don't think he should either.
You guys are nuts.
I would protest that. I would actually write a formal complaint about that.
So wait.
We have people from the AWA in the Hall of Fame. Have you guys watched the AWA?
No.
But Sting's
Okay.
one appearance with Triple H at one pay-per-view. Say I'm not counting Taker yet because that's not official yet. But say he doesn't verse Taker. He versed one pay-per-view.
Going in.
That's ridiculous.
Want to
That's
know why?
absurd.
They bought WCW.
It doesn't matter. But
That
the
was a
rights.
staple of WCW. He carried WCW along with, Hulk
How
Hogan,
many
Bill
times?
Goldberg, and Macho
How
Man.
many times have you said WCW in that last second? The last sentence that you just said. It's WCW. It's just like everyone else has made
But my
an
point is,
impact in
WCW
WWE.
is now
Ric Flair.
owned by the WWE.
But
Just
wait.
like the NWA and the AWA is.
But the people that you just listed, right? Ric Flair, Goldberg, they've somewhat made an impact in WWE. Sting has appeared once in the last 14 years.
Sting took out the Authority at Survivor Series. That's an
He didn't
impact.
do anything. He stood there. Come on.
He stood there?
He
didn't
punched
do
Triple H
anything.
in the
He
stomach,
pitched
and all of a sudden Triple H dies.
It's stupid.
I never understood. I never got frustrated more when all of a sudden I saw Sting punch Triple H in the gut, and that's what took him out. People like Brock Lesnar had to
He
break
gave him
his
his
arm.
finisher. He gave him his finisher.
No, before he gave him the finisher, he punched him in the gut once, and Triple H was dead. I mean, come on. Brock
He was out
Lesnar
wrestling for a while.
Brock Lesnar had to break Triple H's arm to get him to quit. All of a sudden, Sting comes over, punches you once, and you're done. You're putty in his hands.
It's
But that
just
makes a point
not.
that for every Hall of Famer that they show in the WWE Hall of Fame, they show their WCW work also.
Well, they
Arn
had-
Anderson's
no,
in the WWE
yeah.
Hall of Fame. Arn Anderson was more popular in WCW than WWE.
Oh, hands down on that one.
What's he doing in the WWE Hall of Fame? He was part of WCW. He shouldn't be there. How dare he?
I kind of agree with that.
Just because WCW is a different brand, Triple H is going to be the owner of this company. Triple H came from WCW.
Yeah, that 1 year. He had
Yes.
that 1 year.
He was still there.
No. I
Do you
agree
think
with
Chris
I
Jericho
agree
was
with
going to be in the WWE Hall of Fame at one point in his career?
But those two guys.
Absolutely.
Okay.
He came from WCW.
Okay, but those two guys you
Rey
just mentioned.
Mysterio.
Once again, okay, these guys. Okay, stop right there. Those three guys you just mentioned: Jericho, Mysterio, and Triple H. Well, they were in WCW for whatever time they were, but they made their name in WWE.
No, they didn't. Rey Mysterio is way
Yep.
more known for WCW. 100% hands down.
Little Stone Cold Steve Austin. Started where?
Starting so-called Steve Austin in WCW.
Eddie Guerrero.
But wait,
WCW?
how many people actually remember Stone Cold being WCW? Not, I'm sure a lot
Okay,
of people do,
Chris
but
Benoit.
not. But
I'm just throwing names out with Gasper on this.
I know,
Chris
but it's just
Benoit
like
had a
these
great
people-
career in WCW.
Yes,
Will
he
he
did.
ever be in the WWE
But they
Hall of
also
Fame?
had
Absolutely
years.
not.
But they
He
okay. But like I
family,
said
but
last week,
besides the point.
they also split their tenure in both companies. I mean, obviously, some people had more memorable
No,
moments,
'cause-
or but they also okay. So
Sorry.
Benoit, Jericho, Mysterio, WCW, WWE. One was in longer, one was in less, give or take. They put their time in WWE. Sting has appeared on WWE Network or programming, 3-4 times, and he's in the Hall of Fame. He makes one appearance at WrestleMania. He's in the Hall of Fame. That's a joke.
Goldberg was
At
in the
least
WWE for a year, and he was in title matches.
Yes, he was.
Okay, he was in title matches. He made a an impact in WWE somehow, some way. Sting, yeah, he makes an impact, but he's
Sting will be in too many matches.
we don't know that. I mean, we know one is set, but we still don't know about Taker yet. Depending on Taker, what happens to Taker? You know,
Doesn't
he might
have
not-
to-
Hold on one second.
the second one's not guaranteed. Will happen. I'm sure it might happen, but it's still not guaranteed though. The Triple H is guaranteed.
What I want to know with you about on your thing with Mysterio, Guerrero, Benoit, all these other guys who
That's why I said shit.
came in and were, split their tenure. The only reason Guerrero, Benoit, Rey Mysterio, and Booker T, any of these guys came to WWE was for one reason, and one reason only. WCW went under. If WCW survived, I guarantee you Booker T would never have came to WWE. I guarantee you Rey Mysterio would never came to WWE. I guarantee you Benoit would never came. Guerrero, 100% would never have came to it. These guys were brand loyalists.
Chris Benoit was in WWE before WCW went down, like way before WCW went down.
Yeah.
Well, no, because they knew it was coming. They knew it was coming.
Yeah, him, Malenko.
I just know.
Saturn,
Listen, and you know,
They
I can
knew it was
They
coming.
did, but WCW didn't let the small guys move up in the card. It was always the big guy.
Oh, yes, obviously, yes.
So you think that's why they came to WWE? Besides the whole sinking ship, you think that's why they
Yes.
came
Yes.
ultimate? So they were coming like, oh, listen, I have a
I've
better
seen-
shot. I mean, it's like going to a job. You can make $10 an hour here. You can make $15 an hour here. Where are you going to go?
Talk about
you know?
that in the interviews that he felt that they weren't being moved up, they were being held down. He even cut a promo on Nitro expressing his frustrations.
I just don't see.
I think they also saw it was
I really
sinking.
don't.
And there
You don't
was
see
no
Sting
way.
being in the Hall of Fame?
No, I really
You're
don't.
absolutely nuts.
I don't.
I don't want him to be, but I can see him going in. I don't think
It's
it's,
going- it's
right,
gonna
but
happen.
it will happen.
It's going to. It's the inevitable. They inducted the NWO. The NWO is inducted into the Hall of Fame, and that was WCW. They had maybe, a couple of months on WWE programming?
Not even.
Maybe a year?
No.
If that?
No. It was right before WrestleMania they got in,
The
quote-unquote,
NWO is inducted into the Hall of Fame. And you're going to tell me that no, Sting's not going to be into the Hall of Fame? Bill Goldberg's not going to be in the Hall of Fame?
Again, I don't even think Goldberg should, because I think, didn't he want to tell him left the night?
But, I mean, come on. The NWO.
No, I'm agreeing with you that there will be, and I don't like it, is my question.
You see this?
4.
The Four Horsemen
Horseman.
in the WWE Hall of Fame.
It's going to
That was
happen.
never that was never even heard of in the WWE, the Four Horsemen. Ever. And they're in the WWE Hall of Fame.
But didn't they all have like their little careers in WWE, like Malenko?
Very little. No,
Very little. No, they
Malenko.
weren't like
Dean
superstars.
Malenko was a mid-carder in the WWE.
Which Four Horsemen are you referring to? The original or?
Yeah, because there's like 5 different versions.
No, there's only 2. There was the original and there was the Malenko.
I don't remember which one was in the Hall of Fame.
Well, the most recent
I would
one
say
was
it
the
would have to be
Malenko.
Al,
No,
Ric Flair,
Anderson.
etc.
Arn
that's-
Anderson, Ric
that's what I'm
Flair.
saying.
The legendary.
Yeah.
That's the original.
Still.
And like Gasper said earlier, Arn Anderson didn't have a really big WWE career. WWF.
He was
whatever
more
you call it.
backstage, yeah.
You know, he was a WCW icon, as in terms of wrestling. But
Do you think they just they just not to say felt bad, but you think like they just like, all right, well, we're gonna induct people this year. We want to induct you, and they want to induct you. Might as well throw your friends
No.
in there too.
no, because they
That's
were
like-
an iconic group. They were an
Wasn't
iconic group.
Degeneration X
That's what I'm saying. They were a group. They
in the Hall of
introduced
Fame
them.
now? Isn't DX in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, but the
Not-
question
not
I'm
as a
asking
group.
you
No,
is
not
like
as a
in
group.
terms of
Not as a group, okay.
individual. The question I'm asking is like in terms of groups being inducted. Does that mean individuals get inducted, or is just the name?
No, it's just a group.
Yeah, but does that mean like let's just say like?
Because Ric Flair is in
NWO.
by himself, and he's in as the Four Horsemen.
But that's
He
what
has 2 rings.
What I'm asking question then is Kevin Nash technically has a ring then already for
Yes,
being in the
for being in the
NWO?
NWO. Yep.
So
And
if he
Scott
doesn't-
Hall has 2.
Scott Hall has 2. Okay,
Yeah.
and Hulk Hogan has 2.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask that
Yep.
question because I wasn't sure on that.
They get a ring for the group, and they get a ring for themselves when they get inducted by themselves.
I was just curious 'cause
Yeah.
I didn't know how they do this kind of
Yeah.
thing.
It's just weird. Like, I mean, listen.
It's weird because it's...
I just Sting. It's like he was like they keep saying week in week out. You're the last man standing. You're the last one to close the
He
door. And
honestly
then now
was
all of a
the last
sudden,
guy in TNA.
and
with
now
it.
you're gonna throw
the
him
last
in the
match
Hall
for
of Fame?
WCW was Ric Flair versus Sting.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they.
I know.
Ric Flair's in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
No, all right. Listen,
And they had Sting in that last match.
I seen your point now, but it's just like Sting would be just so.
In that last match,
I
Sting
don't
was
know.
literally the
That's
last
just
guy
them
standing.
caving in, saying, okay, whatever.
That
You're
last, whatever, pay-per-view or Nitro, whatever it was, that
Yeah.
TNA fell, the last shot you saw was Sting standing up in the middle of that ring,
Yeah.
looking, I believe he was looking up at the WCW sign, if I'm not mistaken.
in. never
I was
really watched-
mistaken. The NWO is not in the Hall of Fame.
You were wrong.
I was wrong. Dan just corrected me.
Thank you, Dan.
But they will be.
Possibly.
Yeah, I think it's just time to
Wrap it up.
wrap this up. Wrap this puppy up. Hey, thanks to Chucky Madness for the kick-ass theme song. If you guys are listening live, you didn't listen to the theme song, so get on YouTube and listen to the theme song. Just a little 30-second tidbit. And then you can turn it off.
I don't think you've ever
Or
plugged that before like that.
Just what?
I think you've plugged Chucky, but I don't think you've ever plugged like the theme song by itself.
I always plug the theme song. I say thanks,
Yeah,
thanks Chucky
giving us
Madness
a
for the
cheap-
For
kick-ass
the theme song, but I don't think you've plugged like go to YouTube and listen to the theme
Well, I
song.
mean,
Well, now
this
we're
is
on
like-
Mixler.
Yeah, we're
Well,
on
now
Mixler
you're on
now.
Mixler,
We're
that's
live,
okay.
you know, and there's a
Good.
do different. You know?
I like it.
What
No,
are
I
you
like
gonna
it.
do?
I approve of it.
And by the way, let's thank our special guest listener tonight, who actually has been responding.
Oh, well, he left a while ago, but it looks
did?
like he came back. Shut the door. Thanks for listening. You can follow Chucky on Twitter at Chucky Madness with 2 E's instead of a Y. And the same thing on the YouTube. Don't forget, you can follow us here on Mixler.com/UnderTheRingRadio and go and tell your friends. Facebook at Under the Ring Radio, where you just hit that little like button and we got you. You're there. You get up to date with all the Under the Ring Radio news and theories and everything. We're junk. YouTube at Under the Ring Radio, where if you
Did
can't...
you say we're junk?
You
I'm
go
just
to
saying
junk?
all
Junk?
the stuff,
Dude, come
all the
on.
stuff that we post, you know,
We try our best. Why do you gotta make fun of us?
Sure. And if you can't catch us live, you can catch us on the YouTube at Under the Ring Radio, where, you know, you could get episodes 1 through, what are we up to, 17 now? 17?
It's crazy.
I love how it's the YouTube
The
stuff.
YouTube.
How come it's not the Facebook stuff?
It's
Maybe that's why we're not. Maybe that's why we're losing little views here and there. It's that people thinking
They're actually typing in
YouTube.com.
the YouTube and it's not
Listen, if you're putting in theyoutube.com in this day and age, you got something wrong up in the brain. And you could also follow us on the Twitter at Under the Ring 1. Why the 1? Because we're the only one that matters. Good night, guys.